Who's an old man? It's 9 o'clock, mate. Yes, it is. What time do you think it is? It's not, guys. It's 9.
Oh my god, guys.
It's 9. It's 9 o'clock. It's not 10. Why do you think it's 10? It's not. It's 9. Look at your phone. 9 o'clock, mate. No, it's not. Did you forget to put your clocks back or something? It's 9 o'clock, bro. It's literally 9 o'clock. It's 9 o'clock. Bro, it's 9. It's legit 9. It's 9. It's fucking 9, bro. It's 9.
Later, friend.
It's fucking 9, bro.
Peace, dude.
Was Gaz not away when the clocks went back?
Yeah, Gaz was away when the clocks went back. He still thinks it's 10. Fuck's sake, Gaz. It's 9:00 fat clock. 9:00 fat. Alright? Nope, 9:00 fat. No, 9:00 fat. Nope.
Did you see last night's episode, buddy? Hi.
So there is a stream today. Yeah, I never said there wasn't going to be a stream today. I never said there was going to be or not going to be. I just said that it's likely going to be around this time. Which I was right about. I'm going to drive up to the facility and then we can start doing the setups.
So,
I'm surprised Gaz isn't doing fleece or what's on double.
you'll be like, what? It's on double?
And I think if you have GTA Plus, it's technically triple. Because you get extra money. You haven't got GTA Plus anymore. Oh, you have? Well, then it's triple money on Fleecer. Fuck. Firework.
Oh, I know, they're so annoying. It's gonna be like this until fucking February.
I hate it, man. Go away. I mean, today, to be fair, it's bonfire night, so I can understand why they're doing it, but it's the other days that annoy me.
I'm more preemptively angry for the days where it's not fireworks day.
I'm on GTA. Yeah. I'm on fat GTA. GTA FAQ Online. Oh, oh fuck's sake. Oh, fuck's sake. Alright, Rebecca, I'm about there. Remember when Lester used to send you invites? I remember.
Good times.
The best of fact times. Woo! And guess what I have, Gaz? I got a Pepsi. I got a Pepsi Max Raspberry.
Ooh. Do you know what I have?
That squash you like.
I'll give you half a point.
Ribena? What then?
I'm having squash, but the squash I like, but at the moment I'm technically drinking tea, so...
Tea?
Yeah.
Oh.
'Cause my
Disappointment.
throat's sore.
When you're gonna do a face reveal? Never. I would have to have £1 million donation, and that's not gonna happen. So there ain't no face reveal.
Charity.
Oh yeah, we did one last night, didn't we?
We did, yes.
Oh, you know what the one I don't want to do is rescue ULP.
Oh, fuck off.
Let's do Avenger. Do you not like doing Avenger, Rebecca?
I used to hate it.
What about now?
Why would I hate it now?
I don't know. Do you still hate
Oh.
it?
No, I used to hate it back in the day because it was like really frustrating. Because if you even duck out of cover once, you can just be dead instantly.
Hmm.
But now it's quite easy because we know what to do. But
True.
it only ever really frustrates me when we're playing with other people because they just stay in the open and die
Oh, yeah.
over and over and over and over and over and over
True.
again.
To be fair. True. To be
But
fair.
then that's the same with anything, isn't it? So
Yeah, it sucks when you play with randoms. No offense to randoms, but randoms are dumb.
it's all in the name.
I don't want to be rude about randoms, but they are
I
pretty
don't care.
dumb.
Randoms are dumb.
I can't believe you would say that.
Don't care.
I can't believe you would say that, Rebecca. Like, think about think about their feelings, you know?
They don't care about my feelings when they put my blood pressure up.
Wow, I can't believe you would say that.
Sue me.
Sue you?
Sue me.
The Avengers in a hangar at LSI.
My little
It's a
pink
Merryweather
strong
hangar.
bird.
Ho ho, these are bad people.
Strongbird?
Soldiers of fortune's
Toreador.
Yeah, that's a Toreador, Rebecca.
My dealings with them, they've been
Oh, look at that.
Oh, that was sick.
Merryweather.
This not so much.
No, it's fine. Watch this, yeah? It's fine, see? It worked out.
By local knowledge, you mean who to bribe and who to kill. They're marvelous consultants. You know Don Percival? No. Great guy. Kite surfer. Deeply moral. He's an inspiration to us all. Totally. The man that
Uh-oh.
disrupted the military sector brought B2B outsourcing
Nobody saw
to
that.
the political sphere.
It's fine. It doesn't matter. As long as you don't die, it's fine.
Disruptive business tool startup.
In theory, as long as we don't die, it's always fine.
Become a personal friend. He's a doer and
So I feel like I could just drive normally, but I don't know, I enjoy doing this.
please, I'd love to try and see this from your blinkered, Stone Age, worthless perspective. Right now, we've got $50 million worth of new aircraft to take off them, right?
Alright, guys.
Come on, we can agree. Head out to the airport. We're going after the Avenger dual capability aircraft. Its runners tilt so you can fly it like a plane or a chopper. And if you don't want to fly at all and you want to man the gun turrets, it's got autopilot. Exactly the versatility you'll need in a combat situation.
I wish the autopilot was more than just stay still. I wish the autopilot could like do on a course and you then never crash because the autopilot just pulls you up before you crash, kind of thing.
Warheads.
That'd be fun.
We really need to do something about for some reason.
Uh-oh.
Yeah, cool.
It's fine.
Government funding sure does feel
Ah.
This must be what it feels
It was fine.
heavily subsidized, only with extra murdering.
Now we're kind of stuck. Oh no, it's fine.
Calculated.
Calculated, yeah. Totally intended and not complete accident. Oh, I'm completely going. You know what? I completely forgot. We're going to the airport, aren't we?
Yeah, you donkey.
Oh shush! I haven't done this heist in like what, 10 years?
Not quite, but you know.
Longer than the game's been out. Nah, but you know what I mean. I've not done this heist in age though.
Yeah, that's more like.
It's been time since we played this heist. Hey, Yassine. You're. I always wondered how that sounds, but then I saw a video of someone who's from New York going to school, and they say "you're," and it's just like so normal and sounds so okay. Like, it just sounds fine. I always thought like, oh, that sounds really weird, but no, it sounds fine when someone from New York says it.
Key cards will get you in without disturbance. I see no reason to anticipate anything other than a smooth operation here.
Amazing. Great jump. Oh, look at this lovely lit up hangar with no one in it. What could possibly go wrong? Oh no, the lights went off. Why is that? Why would the lights just turn off?
It's an ambush. Remain calm. Defend yourselves until we can figure out our next step.
How could we possibly have ever, guessed this was going to happen?
Entries. Okay, people. Get up there and turn them on. Stairs to the south. That's your quickest route to the backup generators.
I keep thinking the fireworks I'm hearing are like people behind me.
It feels so
annoying me.
cool, doesn't it?
The bro, who is ripping my health apart? Fuck. That guy is way too enthusiastic. Oh, I love this part. I hit him in the head. There's no way he didn't die from that. From a 50 cal to the head. Come on, bro. Is there someone? There's someone in there, isn't there? Yeah, I had a feeling.
Enemies in front of you. You're gonna have to go through to get to the switch.
That's quite a tight squeeze, I'm not gonna lie. Didn't kill him anyway.
Come on, people. We need lights.
Shut up, Lester.
Lester just wants to rush us so we die. And he gets to inherit everything we've ever, taken. Love you, Lest! Love you! That guy fell to his death. Are you kidding me? You hit them head on with an RPG and they're like, eh. Ooh, I love this part. No, run. he's gonna put his head up. Watch this. Come on. There we go. Hey, Cave.
There's a
Where's he at? Oh, I see him.
Russian RPG. And then there's one more.
Okay, the generators
Oh, I see
operate
him.
on a
I've got
crank.
him.
Get
Oh no, there's two.
cranking. So cranks. They do, okay? Now
God, you gotta be so careful with this to make sure you don't get killed. Alright, I got one of the handles.
Oh, I swear I heard one.
There might be someone in that little building. Sometimes there's one in that little building to the right.
Yeah, I got that one.
You got it. All right. It'll take a
Nice.
few seconds to kick back.
Ready? 3, 2, 1, and... There's a way down. There's a quick way down from here, actually. By jumping down, you have to hit like one of the things on the side. But it's such a pain to do. It's just not worth it.
I don't want to do it all over again.
Exactly. I'll just walk down like a normal person. I love the vibration as you get close to this thing. The vibration on the controller gets stronger. It's so good. I love the way they did it on the PS5. Rockstar's legendary. What can I say?
The Avenger has VTOL. Vertical takeoff and landing.
Oh, the vibration, bro. So good.
Back.
Oh, I feel so good in the Avenger. Yo.
Just to let you know, all Merryweather equipment is insured fully comp. So they will be trying to shoot that bird out of the sky instead of getting it back. They'll be trying to track you using radar. Stay low and keep off their screens.
I just love that Rockstar... What?
When you shot, I was like, what's that shooting at
Oh.
us?
You know, I love that Rockstar put this on, put this like heist on double, well not double, but they put on extra because Avon Hertz is Elon Musk, and Elon Musk has obviously done all that Twitter stuff right now. So like, I love that Rockstar's thinking about that.
They're such trolls. I love
There
them.
they are.
Merryweather's still coming? You have to
I don't think
admire
Merryweather's
the
even
perseverance.
following us anymore.
That's how they land the big contracts, Mr. Crest. Well, we got this one. Remember to stay low.
Like, I'm almost certain that they're not following us anymore because they're not on the radar. So, have they changed it or something?
Probably glitched it or something.
They do change the heist every so often.
All right, almost here. You can see how a tilt-rotor aircraft might be just what we need to stop a sub full of Russian terrorists and who knows what else.
Beep, beep,
Doomsday
beep,
clock
beep.
is ticking. 10 seconds to midnight, and it's our finger on the hand. Yeah. You know, the end of the world isn't really a powerful motivator for us. We're all about the cash, so just give it a rest, okay? Okay, you're clear. We got it. I'll have some IAA interns get ready for the op. Speak soon.
Go right, Rebecca.
Can you?
Nope.
Thank you, Rockstar.
Sweet. Beautiful. All right. Next one. You ready?
Let's do it.
Hopefully Lester sends me. Oh my god, the tractor!
Good lord above!
Okay.
Have you ever seen Bigfoot driving a tractor?
I've had
No,
about
no,
enough of
that's
those.
quite a sight. Oh, he's chasing after you.
Why would you chase Bigfoot, bro? What are you gonna achieve by chasing him? This is his tractor. What are you doing? This is his tractor.
Sweet Jesus! I'll show you
Leave
what it
Bigfoot's tractor alone. Leave Bigfoot's tractor alone. There we go. Sorted. I remember when we used to do this. Drive down the road, just shoot people through the opposite, like on the opposite lane, through the windows. Good times. It's taking too long for the FAQ invite, so I gotta fly. No, that's not. Wait. That's not the fucking car I wanted. I'm a little bit annoyed about this. It spawned the wrong vehicle.
I love that.
Ow! Well, that didn't work out, did it? Back! I just want to get to the thing. I don't like that they got rid of the invites. I mean, I guess it's to stop people from teleporting away from battles, but like they could have just, you know, prevented people from being assholes in the first place by making it possible to have private sessions to do things in, which they have now done, so that's good.
To be fair to them.
It did take them a while, but they finally did it. It just took them, what, like 4 years post Heist update? No, more than that, actually. 6 years. Jesus Christ, 6 years post Heist update before they let us do stuff in private sessions. Wait, this isn't in the right place! Why am I jumping out?
Oh, Ryan.
This isn't even the right place. I'm supposed to go to the other one. It's the wrong bloody one. Fuck. You can tell her. Oh wait, now he sends me the invite. Yo,
Oh.
Lester, bro, what are you doing? Send me the invite quicker next time. What a donkey. In the right, guys. Yep. He said yeah. Oh, we're doing salvage hard drives. We're not doing ULP yet. I hate ULP. It's nothing against ULP, it's just I really don't want to do it. I love ULP. He's like a brother to me. Or a father. Very weird father. But the problem with ULP is that I just don't like doing his... I just don't like having to help him because he's dumb. He's like a really dumb father. Or brother. Or son. Or uncle. Or nephew. He's like that dumb member of your family, you know?
Not wrong.
Alright, well, I'm the salvage, right? Wait, I'm usually the salvage, aren't I?
Yeah.
Yeah, and then you're usually the operator. So me and Rebecca, when we do this, we usually have the same system. She drives, I get out and grab the stuff. Have they given you the, They've given you the trousers from...
What do you call it?
Deadline.
Yeah.
But we're black. That's funny. You got like chrome bits on your trousers. That's hilarious. Is that supposed to be like that? I don't remember it being like that.
No, I don't remember that either.
Have they replaced something by accident?
Fucking surprise me.
Ah, Rockstar, never change.
These bad actors are trying to wipe out our culture. They stole some vital hard
Oh, what a beautiful... Look at that beautiful image of the train coming across the bridge. Beautiful. That could be a postcard right there.
Remember when people said postcards?
Man, I remember when people used to send postcards and they'd put like all this detailing and stuff. And they wouldn't even put them in like an envelope. It would just be plain. So you could read on the postcard,
For shit,
yeah, all what they're doing.
Like they're on holiday, like, yeah, I'm away on holiday for like a couple of weeks, here's a postcard, like, might as well just give them everybody for keys.
Yeah, it's pretty sketch.
Yeah,
There's kids these days who won't know what postcards are though.
I know. That's
That's
scary.
upsetting. That's really upsetting. Why not? Why not on the last day? It was playing up, was it? Imagine.
Okay, you're coming up on the first
Why?
site. Stop the fires, get the files.
You refuse to go in the lift. Why?
Hey, my drives are in that burning van. Use the water cannon.
It gets stuck. That's some sketchy lift.
Wait until they've been extinguished, then go for the files. Okay, the fire's out. Go in and save
No,
the
I've not.
files.
Yeah, I've never been stuck in any of those. That doesn't sound fun. You've been stuck in one, yeah? Never. Not yet. Stairs are better anyway, better for your health.
You got it all? Okay. Now I need you in town. There's another burn site.
Rebecca has a lift at her flat. She always goes up in it, and I always go up the stairs. So when I'm there, Rebecca comes with me up the stairs, and when it's Rebecca on her own, she'll go up the lift.
Yep. Bro.
She must be brave. Or silly.
Bro, I'm working a 10-hour shift. I'm working as less as possible.
Ah. You're fuck, how are you? I'm fine, fuck, thank you. How the fuck are you, fuck Spade?
Looks like they really want these files erased. This codename Bogdan is sending agents to try and stop
Codename Bogdan. Remember when we all thought Bogdan was a bit of a naughty boy, and then we find out he's actually the legend?
Yeah.
I hope that we get Bogdan in a future DLC, but I'm losing faith. I'm losing faith. Like, he should have been Pavel. Pavel should have been Bogdan.
you send your kids to a public
Bogdan should have been a submarine operator.
transport. I have no intention of procreating.
You can't stand Bogdan?
And the white collar jobs
Wow.
What the fuck?
you don't want them to play in public parks or shop in public malls either. You want
Bogdan would slap you, mate.
trash and your private police to protect
I am fat good fat. I'm glad to hear it, Spade. I'm glad to hear you're fat good fat.
Universal income kind of guy myself.
Welcome back, Caitlin.
At least keep the peasants happy. We're on a schedule here, okay? The longer you take, the more files I lose, the more the human race gets set back in its quest for living forever and being much better. Okay, that slogan needs work. I know, I admit it. Move, move, move. I don't know how heat-resistant Avon's hard drives are, but
I don't want to talk
Great
about it.
driving. Right into a carpet store.
I don't want to talk about it, okay?
Bro. Are we driving in, yeah?
Yeah, I just got a bit disorientated, okay?
You have come here only to taste your own testicles.
Taste my own testicles. A bit mad. Yeah, I got killed, Rebecca. I think you need to go in a bit further.
Yeah. Damn, they massacred you.
Yeah, well, there was 3 of them, and usually we go in and lock them down. So I got kind of surrounded. Also, the fact it keeps putting me in my SMG. I hate when it puts me on my SMG, not on my machine gun. I honestly think Rockstar in the next GTA needs to separate SMGs and machine guns because they're two very different types of guns.
Yeah.
Like an SMG is useful in a vehicle, a machine gun is useful when you're on ground. So why are they in the same category?
you got it all? Okay.
Like
Now I need you in
I understand why in single player, but Rockstar, you haven't updated FAQ single player in FAQ 7 years, alright? It will not let you raid me. Really? One sec. They changed all the raid settings. There you go, Spade. I think you might be able to raid now. Get the fuck out of the way.
Private security vans like that will be everywhere in a couple of years. What are you talking about? You send your kids to a public school? Put them on public transport? I have no intention of procreating. When things get bad,
Switch fact up fact.
cops try out.
Raid.
You won't want them to play in public parks or shop in public malls either. You'll want your company's
You picked the wrong house, fool!
There we go.
Hey, Big Smoke!
Thank
It's
you for
me,
the raid,
Carl.
Spade.
Chill.
vans like that. I'm more of a universal income kind of guy myself.
Oh my dog! What's up?
Speaking of that, I need to move. I need to pull the host alerts onto raid now because I haven't done that yet. Remember when we had hosting? I remember the good old days when we had hosting, like a month ago.
Can we get there, folks? Files are burning. You there? Now put out the fires and save the files.
I hate this fat machine gun, submachine gun. Go forward.
We'll get out so that I can block you, so otherwise you're just gonna die as soon as you go, if I go forward.
We got wounded over here.
There we go.
Extinguished. Go for it.
Thank you. I hate this fuck mission. Alright, Spade.
Do you think there's anything left of those files? Take a look.
I mean, I don't hate this mission as much as I hate ULP's one, but
You have come here only to taste your own testicles.
we was talking about testicles.
There's a guy behind, by the way.
Oh, over there, by the shed.
Yeah, I took the water thing to him,
Oh my god, these guys are dangerous, bro. Nice, Spade. Nah, these guys ain't playing, you know?
Oh, there's one right there.
Alright, guys.
Good job there. Now move to the other side.
Speak to you then.
If there's a roadblock in your way, go
Bye.
straight through it.
That guy's gone.
Just think about it, Crest. After the machine learning revolution, it'll be us in our high towers, eating poke and playing board games.
Oh, I hate this mission.
Banging the gates. All the doctors.
The thing I hate about this mission is the checkpointing.
Professional suckers with too many degrees. You and me, my friend and colleague, will be manning the water units. Utopia.
They're so fucking irritating. These stupid night sharks, by the way.
Minimize liability. Of course you do.
Yeah, stay behind the E. Cola van. E. Cola van slapped them.
Farm protect me.
Oh yeah, Rebecca, you missed out last night. Dean was telling everyone how he's talked to him and his girlfriend are thinking of having kids soon.
I thought I heard that. I was listening.
Yeah.
I was half asleep, and I wasn't sure if I heard that she was pregnant or.
No, she's not pregnant yet, but he's talking. Him and her have like thought about it,
Aw.
and they're considering it maybe next year or something.
Aw. Well, good luck to him.
They're trying to wipe me out. Put out that fire. I mean, they're really trying to wipe you out. How many agents are there? Save my files.
Yeah, we had a good chat. Me, him, Yassine, and Lewis was there too. We had a good chat last night. Real proper
Proper lads chat.
good chat in whilst doing marbles on stream.
Oh, that sounds fun.
Yeah. Oh my god. No COVID to have kid for DZ. No COVID to have kid for DZ.
Sure. I don't know what it means, but.
Don't worry, Spade. No one's got COVID in regards to us.
And it's out. Pick 'em up.
I think Dean just wants to wait until next year because he wants to be 100% sure his financial situation and all that will be fine.
Now get in there and
Because of COVID, you had to finish 6th grade online. Yeah, a lot of you would have finished stuff like that online. It's pretty crazy, actually. It's mad to think, when I was younger, there was like no online stuff for school. Like, you couldn't even... Like, all the online systems are really basic. Now you've got all these amazing online systems. Well, the really nice schools have really good online systems. All the other schools have really shit ones, but... Let's go. No online for you now. Yeah, I mean, most people are back to school now, Spade, in person. I don't know anywhere really that has online school now. Most people are back to in person.
now see what's left in that smoldering wreckage.
Oh, fuck off. Ridiculous, man. You have no chance to react. Also, I don't know why, but I keep getting this like little thing in my ear. I don't know if it's the controller or what. Wouldn't surprise
What's it
me.
mean?
Like a little pop, 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 like the audio. I'm not sure if it's the controller, if it's the wires, or what. I don't know. You never know. I wouldn't be surprised if it's the controller, because these things are shite. The worst fucking controllers I've ever used.
I hate that it pulls it back to like this last one we did as well.
Yeah, it puts you all the way back. It sucks. Where the fuck Kasiga at? I don't know. You should ask him where he's at, Spade. You should message him on Discord or at him on Discord and ask him.
If there's a roadblock in your way,
He's probably high.
straight through it.
Probably.
Kasiga gets high on the weekends.
Hey, just think
And
about it,
probably
Chris.
the other days too.
After the machine learning revolution, it'll be us in our high towers, eating poke and playing board games, while the slow to adapt are all out there banging the gates. All the doctors, lawyers, accountants.
Can't get me on here, can you? Fuckers.
On drugs, yeah, he smokes weed. Kasiga really likes weed. He is getting high. Smoke fat weed like AF. Yeah, him and AF smoke weed. And Lewis. Lewis smokes weed too. Lewis, AF, and Kasiga all smoke weed. I wouldn't smoke weed. I would definitely consume weed in some form. I would definitely use weed in some form, but I wouldn't smoke it. But I will wait until it's legalized in the UK because I don't really want to get sketchy weed from sketchy sources myself. So I will wait until it's legalized in the UK before I start partaking in it, and I will wait until I can get it legally at a store. And that way I know it's been tested, well hopefully, ideally been tested by the appropriate authorities, and I have some sort of ability to sue the FAC out of the company if the weed is not good. And Barry. FAC Barry? Why FAC Barry? What's FAC Barry done?
Poor Barry.
What's FAC Barry done? FAC Barry's a legend. Ah, it's a FAC.
Oh, good. You can get those files now.
You have come here only to taste your own testicles.
I do not smoke weed or smoke or vape because I do sports. Whenever I skateboard. That's a good thing, Spade. Smoking anything is typically not good. Is weed legal in the UK? No, weed is not legal in the UK. It's not legal. It's not even close to being legal. The sun will explode before we get weed in the UK legally.
Watch behind you.
Yeah, I know.
Fire's out. The looting begins.
Oh, you can use snacks while you're opening it. You have a friend who vapes, he's only 15 as well. Honestly, all these people that vape, I wouldn't be surprised if in 5 and 10 years, all these people have chronic health conditions because vaping turns out to be very unhealthy for you. And it's going to be an absolute crisis of people having to seek medical treatment for chronic lung conditions. And the problem is that if you fuck up your lungs when you're young, you're kind of screwed because there's no easy way to fix your lungs. Like lungs, once your lungs scar, for example, they're fucked. So you can't fix that. You can't regenerate lung tissue. So once your lungs have been scarred, that's it. That's one of the reasons why COVID was so scary, is because if you got a serious condition, if you went into serious condition with COVID, if your lungs were scarred from that, that's like a lot of your life potentially ruined, especially when you're young. It's not something I take lightly, because I have a family member who had very bad scar tissue in their lungs, and it really ruined their life, or what was left of their life. Is drinking bad for your health? If it's in moderation, no. If you drink excessively, it can be. Thankfully, your liver can regenerate to a certain extent, but I wouldn't recommend drinking to the point of, you know, just being, going, getting knocked out to the point where you're effectively unable to think. And you drink Health Star. That's good, Spade. Yeah, you should definitely stay healthy. The healthier you are when you're younger, the healthier you are when you're older. You don't want to mess up when you're young, because you're going to have a harder time when you get older.
Guy behind us at the warehouse.
I know. Well, they are. I don't know why, but the accuracy is ridiculous now. I'm getting hit from pistols from a mile away.
He's still behind us, by the way.
That's whatever. You never want to smoke, yeah, you shouldn't. Smoking is not worth it. It literally serves no purpose, no beneficial purpose for your body.
You have come here only to taste your own testicles.
Is smoking weed also bad? Well, this is the thing. Smoking anything is bad. You shouldn't smoke weed either. Now, I'm not saying not to use weed, of course. What I'm saying is don't smoke it. Smoking in general is terrible because it can damage your lungs and it can lead to cancers. Smoking weed's not as bad as smoking tobacco, but I wouldn't feel comfortable breathing in any smoke fumes of any kind. And so if you can use weed in some other form, then it's way better. Whether that is through eating it or using a bong or whatever, anything that's not breathing in, something that's been lit on fire. Stay in school and do sports, yeah, legit. Oh, this is hard. Doing cocaine or meth? Well, no, cocaine and meth is way worse than anything you can do, like, weed-wise. You should definitely not ever consume any form of weed, meth or cocaine. Cocaine's not as bad from what, but I still would recommend against it. Meth is terrible, heroin is terrible too. But the funny thing is, I don't support legalization of those. I support legalization of weed. I don't support legalization of cocaine and all that, but I do support it being decriminalized. I think hard drugs should be decriminalized because I feel that the best solution to people consuming drugs is not punishment through prison, but through rehabilitation. Giving people the opportunity to participate in their drug habit in a safe location, such as when you need to, if you get an addiction, say heroin or something, and you need to, shoot up. Having a safe place to do that, I think, is important. But with the option to, being, as long as they're being given the option to receive help, sort of like how Portugal does it. I like how Portugal does it, where you have safe places to do it, and they will provide you help, and it's decriminalized. the thing is, in Scotland, it's not actually technically decriminalised. It's still illegal because in Scotland they have to follow the UK laws for.
Oh
drugs.
yeah.
But in Portugal, for example, they've decriminalised a lot of drugs.
But they at least have the place you should go to do it safely.
Yeah, but the point about I'm trying to make about Portugal is that it is, you know, you can do it at home if you wanted to, or whatever. But because they made it decriminalised, you know, a lot of people can go to places to do it safely with medical professionals there to help you if you overdose or things like that. And I think that's very important. And then giving people the option to seek help if they so wish. I do think that's a better solution than just punishing people. How about pill? What pill, Spade? What kind of pill? There's many types of pills. But I do think that's important. But I think weed should be fully legalized, personally. I think weed being illegal is absolutely stupid. The thing is, people don't do drugs in Portugal a lot. Well, Portugal, the reason people don't do drugs is because of that approach. By punishing people, all you do is push that underground, and people will always, there always will be people doing drugs. But by allowing people to do drugs safely in a location where they are able to receive help, if need be, or if they wish to, it means that people are more likely to, you know, seek that help. You know, if you can go to a place where there's no pressure, but there's an offer of help, people will be exposed to that, oh, well, maybe I can get help, maybe I can stop my dependency on drugs. Whereas if you just make them out to be monsters and, oh, well, you know, fuck those people, put them in prison, and people just stay hidden, do it in secret, and then they never receive that help. So they do continue to use drugs.
So many other issues, and it's just like a...
The thing is, for example, we've seen it with how we punish crime. In the United States, for example, has one of the largest populations of prisoners in the world. Insanely large population of prisoners, you know, one of the largest, if not the largest in the world for normal prisoners. And they have a very high rate of committing crime again. And in Sweden, for example, and in countries in the Nordic countries, they have a way better prison system. They do a lot more. You know, they try to rehabilitate their prisoners, and they have one of the lowest rates in the world of, you know, people committing crime after having serving time. And so it becomes apparent, you know, when you look at the data, that having a very punishing regime doesn't help prisoners. It doesn't help your criminals. All it does is lead to people committing more crime when they get out of prison. So I much prefer the idea of giving people, except in the case of very serious crimes, a lot more, you know, opportunities to do better and to improve their lives. I hate the idea of putting people in prison for things like weed or very minor crimes. I think they should be receiving help, not hardcore prison sentences. But it really annoys me that, unfortunately, a lot of people out there just want punishment. Wait, did I just rob this place?
There
Fuck.
it is. It's because
Sorry, man. I didn't mean to I didn't mean to rob you.
Looks like I'm not gonna make it on time. Traffic.
But you get tickets for felonies like murder and kidnapping. I don't think anywhere really has tickets for murder. Anyway, typically murder is an actual, you know.
Definitely did not get like ticket, like a
No,
fine
yeah.
murdering or kidnapping someone. Like, that's just not true. If you murder someone, you will be sent to prison, or, you know.
Even in countries like Sweden and Norway with much more lenient prison sentences, they don't just let people murder off.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You don't just get let off for prison for murder anywhere, even in the countries with the most lenient prison services. But for the majority of crimes, you shouldn't really be seeing a prison cell. You know, there's a lot of crimes out there that you know, it's just a very different world. I think that you shouldn't get that shit. You fat monkey like Fat Barry are his fat brother. I'm definitely not Fat Barry or Fat whatever his name is. Fat brother. I mean, a lot of crimes. Hell, even fines. I disagree with on a lot of crimes. The only time you should really get ticketed is if you are directly affecting someone. Like, you know, you've cost someone physical money. Like, if, for example, you rob a store, you should pay back the money that you've stolen, and then you should pay back a small fee on top, maybe like 10%, and that's about it. But for most things, you'd be better off in an actual rehabilitation center, somewhere that you can receive some sort of help for what you've done. I would also like it if people, yeah, like I would love for people to have education in prison too, because again, you come out of prison after all those years of being in prison, and it's very difficult to get back into the world, especially when people have been put in prison for a long time, and they get out of prison and they have no idea what they're doing. Like all prisoners, like if you're a prisoner, especially, and if you've been in prison for 40 years, I don't care, you know, you serve your time, whatever. You come out of prison, you should be taught how to use a phone, how to seek assistance, how to do whatever you need to do, how to use the internet. Because otherwise, if you come out and you don't know any of that shit, you're going to be screwed. How are you going to do anything in today's world if you don't know how to use the internet, if you don't know how to use phones? You can't. And a lot of people do come out of prison, unfortunately, unaware of that kind of change, or that, you know, you have to, you know, I think it's important to give people the opportunity to do better. You should have to pay a fine for going 30 over the speed limit. Oh yeah, if you go over the speed limit, you should have to pay, yeah. I agree. You should have to pay if you go over the speed limit. I mean, really, if you go over the speed limit, I feel that there should be strict punishments for that. I'm all for giving people a first-time chance, but I think after the second time...
It depends. If you go marginally over the speed limit, like, sure, but if you're, like, going...
Well, yeah, that's why you would have, like, maybe a 10 mile per hour leeway.
Yeah. If you're going, like, 90 on your first offense, I don't give a fuck.
Yeah, I suppose so. I suppose so.
From the look of things, they're holding ULP at the
Because
Grand
if you die,
Banks.
whatever, you're being an idiot, but, like, potentially killing someone else, someone's family.
Oh, yeah.
It's like that.
I mean, there's differences between crimes that could hurt other people and crimes that don't. Like, for example, you know, consuming cocaine, for example, for the most part would hurt you.
Yeah.
Whereas driving a large vehicle, and it's also depending on what you do. If you take cocaine and then you drive a vehicle, then yeah, your punishment should be stricter than if you take cocaine and you sit in your house.
Yeah, exactly.
You know what I mean? Like, it takes a lot of, like, you need to, like, really break it down into the different situations. Like, if you take cocaine in your house, I couldn't give a fuck. If you take cocaine when you're walking around, a bit annoying, but as long as you don't touch or hurt anyone, sure. But if you're driving a vehicle, no. But I do think a lot of the punishments in America, for example, are way too harsh, and that's why America is the largest prison. For the country that talks about ending slavery, you know, oh, we ended slavery during the Civil War. They have a ridiculously high amount of prisoners, which, you know, especially considering a lot of them end up in private prisons having to do work for very little money. You could argue that perhaps they are, in a way, it's like a modern-day slavery situation. So
it is essentially, and it's such a high percentage in comparison to the population are people of different colour. Like, it's not just white people. Like, it's not proportional to the population. You know.
It's just the fact that too many people go to prison for fucking stupid stuff.
Yeah, if you get done for smoking weed or something, like why the fuck are you going to prison? Or any drug for that matter. If you do a non-violent crime, why the fuck are you being sent to prison for
Yeah.
that? Like, that just makes no fucking sense.
Intel suggests he's in a small room at the top of the building. You know what to do.
Because it's just pointless, and all you do is you end up having to pay for it as well in taxes.
Yeah.
But then not just that, but there's also the fact that there are. So I mean, private prisons should not exist either. So that's the first thing I would do is I would get rid of private prisons. No one should be making profit off someone off the imprisonment of other people. And then I would introduce jobs, but like you have to get paid a fair wage. You know what I mean? So if you're doing a day's work in prison, you're not getting paid 10 cents. You should be getting paid the minimum wage. You're doing the exact same work as someone who's out of prison. You should be getting paid the exact same amount of money. Just because you're in prison doesn't mean you shouldn't be getting paid.
Not exactly.
And if they then decide to use that money to be able to buy some nicer stuff in the commissary, fair play to them. You know what I mean? If they want to use that money to spend to buy whatever, then let them.
Yeah. Exactly.
I mean, earning that money might even allow people to save up when they get out of prison to buy things, you know, to buy a car or to, you know, whatever, to rent. That's important.
And that's what makes it so damn
Right at
like,
the top of the stairs and keep going around the
as
outside.
well. It's like how so many people are sent to prison for non-violent crimes for such insane periods of time, like sometimes 20 plus years. And it's like, why?
Yeah.
And then when they get out, it's so difficult for them to find a job. And even though they didn't do anything to actually physically hurt someone or whatever, which is a non-violent crime, they're just like, there's no support system when they leave prison. When they leave prison, that's that. You know?
Yeah,
Same
that's.
for giving people a second chance as well. You know,
I look like a field agent?
it's not fair.
Take those guys out! Take the stairs! To the left!
I think it's a very human thing to want revenge on people.
For sure.
I feel like for many people,
Okay, you got our agents.
it's just more punishing.
The same way you came in.
Depends on the crime that they commit. For me personally.
It's too hot!
Yeah.
Clear a path for me! You cleared this up yet? Move it! Go!
Like if it's,
Push forward! Down! Come on!
I don't know, like someone that does shit to kids and they don't feel remorse or like anything at all. But then yeah, I really less.
Well, there's
But,
certain crimes. I think for me, murder, sexual nature, things like that. I do prefer stricter sentences on.
yeah,
But I still believe that you should be given the opportunity to do something more in your than just throw them in the hole kind of thing.
yeah,
But yeah, they'll serve time. They'll be in prison for a very long time, so they should still have access to doing stuff that can improve their lives, even if they may never actually get to outside of prison. Just throwing someone into a hole to just to do nothing is pointless.
sure, to be fair.
Back, dumbass! Move back! Die, you fucking idiot! Asshole! Fall back!
I think it's even more of a joke because we're talking about a country where so many people end up in prison for no reason at all. When you have a man who literally tried to, cause an uprising in America to maintain his position as president, and yet my guy is still free, living it up. You know what I mean? I think that's like actual. That right there is a very definition of injustice, that there are people out there who are in prison for, stupid shit, and then that man is free. That man almost managed to cause an uprising and sat by while, egging his supporters on to do that, and yet he's still free to this day, still free.
Yep.
The highest office in the land, the highest office in the world, really, when you think about the fact that the American president is effectively the leader of the free world and effectively the leader of, the world, if you think about it. The fact that that man was able to do what he did and still face no repercussions for it,
Yeah.
that has proven to me that without any reasonable doubt, without any doubt, that America is designed to hurt the poor and to hurt the people they don't like, and the rich, they can do whatever the fuck they want, and they're
They
fine.
don't follow the laws or the rules or.
If you're rich and you're white, you are basically invincible.
Yep.
And that's what that whole situation, the 6th of January, proved to me. Because I always
believe that a president instigated that, and what was the justice?
I mean, I always thought that there's no way that America would let that happen. There was no way that, the system would work. The system would work, surely. And yet, that man is still free to this day, and his children are still going around spouting off bollocks every day.
Yeah. Just shows you, just
I
that
mean,
situation, that the system does not work, it's flawed.
It is a very
it's not
flawed
even
system.
flawed. It's not even flawed, it just doesn't fucking work at all.
The thing is, no one, the founding fathers of the United States, they weren't perfect, don't get me wrong, and they designed the system to benefit, white landowners. Let's not pretend any otherwise. But a lot of them did believe the system would work in the sense that, people would never let someone bad take over. Surely the people would never let it happen. And yet, the people let it happen. In 2016, they let a bad person who should never have been president take over. And then in 2020, they only just by the skin of their teeth got rid of him. I mean, that's terrifying. And it's actually mad how, that kind of thing can happen. You don't think it could happen in America. You don't think it could happen in you think, oh yeah, of course it can happen in a South American or a Latin American country. You could expect it to happen in a corrupt Eastern European country, but you'd never expect it to happen in the United States of America. And the thing is, it's bad if it happens in another country, but it's terrifying if it happens in America, because that affects not just America. Because I couldn't care less what happens to America. It doesn't bother me. It's not my country. But then what I'm worried about is what that means for the wider world. The fact that that affects everyone in some way or another. So I am a bit worried about that.
It is a bit concerning, can't lie.
And I do hope they'll eventually get his ass, but the thing is, it's been 2 years now, and then whenever they try to do it, they keep getting held up by different, like the Supreme Court, and you can tell, that whole thing is so rigged now.
Yeah, the Supreme Court is just so fucking rigged, it's unreal. It's
insane.
so frustrating, yeah. The fact that they can just flip something like that.
They can put people on the courts that will be pretty much just yes men, and that's quite mad.
Yeah.
Very terrifying. I don't know why the president's able to do that. I mean, in the UK, typically stuff like that is completely independent of the politics.
It should be, because then you've not got that direct bias. I mean, you're always going to get a little bit of bias, I guess, but you're not going to have that direct. I don't know. I feel like it's a conflict of interest in a way, because
yeah.
I mean, the majority of them are. How many? There's I don't even know how many there is in court right now, But like, majority of them are Republican, aren't they? No.
Yeah, it's a Republican majority, and the thing is, because they sit there for life, and I don't think any judge should ever sit for life. I think judges should be there should be term limits on judges as well. The idea that you can put them on there for life, and the thing is, typically in the old days, you would put someone on the court when they were fairly old anyway, so they would only maybe be on there for 20 years, which is still ridiculous, but more reasonable. But the problem is nowadays, a lot of time, you know, like now what they did with this, they put two fairly young judges on the court, and those people will be there now for potentially, you know, 50 years. It's kind of insane. No one should sit on a court for 50 years.
Yeah, no, that's ridiculous. That's an insane amount of power to have. Nobody should have that amount of power. Nobody.
For a country that's all about term limits, in terms of the president, it's kind of mad how they don't. And same thing actually, and that's actually one thing I do agree with. Is introducing term limits. There should be term limits on all positions, House and Senate, because both of those are full of people from the 70s and 80s who really, frankly, should never be in power again after the time they spent in power. So, I do believe that term limit should be a thing for all positions of power. You should get your shot, and then you're gone.
Because then, like, where's the consequence? Where's the, you know, consequence for any action that you have? You don't have any, because why would it matter? Because you're just going to hold that position for so long. Like,
Well, that's the thing with the Supreme Court, for example. At least with the House, the Senate, and the presidency, there is a chance to be voted out.
yeah,
Whereas
exactly.
with the Supreme Court, there is no way to be voted out.
Exactly. So you
Once
can
you're
make
in, you're in. The only way to get out is if I think you can be removed by if you have if you control the House, the Senate, and the presidency, and you have enough in like a supermajority, you can remove them.
But how difficult is that? Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, it's very difficult. It wasn't supposed to be though. That's the thing. Like, you know, back in 150 years ago, it would be reasonable to do it. But nowadays, it's almost impossible because of the types of people that hold that power. So, the
Just
system was never designed for this kind of people.
Yeah. No, it wasn't.
And the problem is, a lot of young people still don't vote. It's actually insane to me how so many young people just don't bother to vote. And I get it in America because voting's fucking hard in America. Like, they make it as hard as possible.
Yeah.
And then they have like when you go to vote, you have like 1,000 different things on the ballot to fill out. Like, you vote for judges and propositions and all this shit. At least in the UK, yeah, like at least in the UK, you typically just when you have a ballot, the most I've ever had on a UK election was maybe 3 different elections: local, local, European, and general. I think was one year they had them all in one. But typically, you only have 1 or maybe 2 elections at the time to deal with, so it's a lot simpler.
That's what really annoys me about the UK is like our generation and above have lived through what the Tories have done, and like we've all experienced that.
I mean, I don't even care. It's not about Tories either. I don't give a fuck if you're young and you vote Tories. Good for you. But the point I'm trying to make is I don't give a fuck what you vote for, just that you vote. I don't care if you are a raging conservative twat. Vote. Even if you vote for the people that I hate, vote. It's not about who you vote for, it's about the fact that you don't exercise your democratic right to vote. That's what pisses me off. Because you are letting people... If the less people that vote, the less legitimate that election effectively is. The less, you know, if someone's elected with 20% of, only 25% of people vote, you've been elected on a quarter of the potential people voting. That's terrible. That doesn't make you feel very legitimate. It doesn't give much of a, oh, well, yeah, you got elected, sure, but it's not really a lot to... what kind of mandate is that? Oh, yeah, I was elected on 25% of the people.
Yeah, that's
You know what I mean? That's just terrible. The fact of the matter is, even if you vote Tory or vote Republican, God forbid why you'd ever vote for Republican if you're young, but let's say if you do, it doesn't matter. Vote. Because you should never, ever give up your right to vote. You know, the fact of the matter is, people died for the right to vote. So many people died for the right to vote. Men, women, minorities, everyone. Everyone. There's so many people that die for the right to vote. take advantage of the fact that you can vote, because one day you might not be able to.
And that might seem like a far-fetched idea, but I mean,
It could
didn't
happen.
think we were gonna overturn abortion rights and stuff like that.
You
so.
should always vote like it's your last election. You should always vote like it's the last time you'll ever get to vote, because it very well may be. So fucking vote. Even if you vote for people that I can't stand, vote. I don't know why young people have this idea like, oh, well, I can't be bothered. Look, if you're that fucking lazy, get a postal vote, alright? It's not that hard to vote. It really is not hard to vote. Vote.
Yeah.
Get out there and vote. You need ID now for future UK elections if you do it in person. Get an ID. It's not fucking hard. I know it can be a bit expensive, and I think they're going to be offering free ID for people who are on low income. The council will be offering like a election
Yeah.
related ID. Get that ID. Get it done. Get that out of the way so you can vote. Get a postal vote. You don't need ID for that. Vote. It doesn't matter. Just vote.
Yeah.
I can't stand people that say, oh, I don't like the way things are. And you say, did you vote? No, I didn't vote. Well, why the fuck did you not go out and vote? It's not hard.
You can't really complain.
It's not hard.
If you're on.
I voted at every single election. I voted every single thing I've ever been. Every single possible thing. I've voted every single thing since I turned 18. Every single thing. Crime and police commissioners, the most pointless fucking election I've ever seen. Still voting them. I mean, it doesn't matter. You should always vote. Even if you vote for the wrong thing or for the people that are bad, just vote. You know, it's just ridiculous. The only people I give excuses to for not voting are people that physically cannot go places. If you physically cannot go anywhere, then sure.
But let's be real, the majority of people that don't vote are just because they can't be bothered.
Yeah, most people that don't vote are just people who can't be fucked.
Yeah.
But if you are physically capable of going somewhere, vote. It's not hard. They make it harder in America, to be fair, because they don't have enough places. Like they'll have only like a few polling places in like a big city, and like how are you supposed to, like, it's ridiculous because the voting takes so long because of how much stuff there is to vote on a lot of these, that it takes so long to do, and then you got to wait in these long queues in these big cities where there's only a few voting places, whereas in the UK, for example, we have voting places all over the place. So you get, you have to vote at the place that you're registered, but you vote at that local place. You do it and you're done.
Yeah.
Or get a postal vote. So people need to do that more, and that's the one thing that annoys me when it comes to voting. It's just young people not taking responsibility. It's a civic duty to vote. It really is. And I suppose you could argue, well, people die for the right for me not to vote. I get that, but at the same point, you should really just put that aside and just vote for the civic duty. The fact that you are participating in democracy is very important. Democracy is very, very important. The ability for people to vote and to express their desire for another regime, a new direction, that's very important. So I do hope we'll see voting go up, but I'm always very disappointed in the UK when I see like voting, it's like 60%. It's like, Jesus Christ.
Yeah.
And it's always young people. Like, old people get out and vote. Old people, look, come rain, come shine, the world could be ending. Old fuckers will be out voting.
They will.
Young people, there's a little bit of rain. Nah, I don't want to vote. I can't be bothered. It's a little bit of rain. No, I don't want to vote. Oh no, I've got to walk 2 minutes down the road. No, I don't want to vote. Oh no, I can't use my phone for a minute. Don't want to vote. Can't stand it. Young people and voting, terrible. Ugh. Very sad. I like how they try to start people off on voting in schools, by having school councils and stuff. And I always wondered, what was the point of school councils? They don't serve any purpose, but the reason for school councils is to get people into the idea of voting. To introduce people to the idea of, I'm going to vote. But for some reason, a lot of young people just don't seem to care.
Yeah, they don't.
Couldn't care less. Still, I guess that's the way it goes.
It is what it is.
It is. Thankfully, I've seen in the US election midterms, you know how because in America they do early voting too, which is fucking weird to me. The fact that in some states you can go out and vote early because they have so many people in such a small amount of like voting places, you have to vote early to get enough people, you know, to get everyone in. It's ridiculous. But the point being is that I have heard there's a big push from women voters, which is interesting. There's a lot of women voters out there who are coming out to vote in droves, and I think that's partly because of the abortion situation in America. I think there's gonna be a lot of women out there voting who
Oh yeah.
never would have voted before or couldn't be bothered to vote for before, who are now coming out, and maybe they've realized now you have to vote, because the thing is they might say, all right, I voted, we get abortion rights back, but then if they stop voting in the future, it will be taken away again.
Yeah.
So you have to vote every time. You have to vote every time. You have to make sure. But it also sounds to me that so many people either didn't vote or voted for the other side until it affected them.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, a lot of people don't vote. They don't vote. I couldn't care less. It doesn't affect me. It doesn't affect me. And then suddenly, oh yeah, by the way, your body is now the property of the government. And suddenly people say, oh no, that's not right. I'm going to vote. It's like, why weren't you voting before? Like, if you were under the age of 18, sure. Fine. You know, completely justified. If you're under the age of 18 with the last vote, that's completely justified because you're not able to vote. But if you're over the age of 18 in the previous vote and you didn't vote, and then you get told, oh yeah, your body is now the property of the government, you have to do what we want, and you lose your rights, and then you come out and say, oh well, that's not fair.
Yeah.
What were you doing before? Why did you not think it was important enough to vote before?
Legit.
So
People are just selfish, though, aren't
boomerang, that's a boomerang right there. But it's true, I'm sick and tired of young people not taking responsibility for their shit. I'm sick and tired of it. I've had enough of it. Too many fucking young people on TikTok, not enough young people going out and vote, alright? If voting was as easy as sitting in your ass watching TikToks for fucking 10 hours a day, I'm telling you, young people would vote in droves. But young people are so fucking bad with voting, and they'd rather sit there staring at TikTok. Nah, I can't be dealing with that. That pisses me off. TikTok. Fucking boomerang there, but I legit, that's the one thing I'll always be a boomer about, is young people and not voting. Always, I have to. Sickens me.
Pop off, King.
It's your duty. I've always understood that as a young person. It's your duty to vote, even if you vote for people that the other people don't like.
Yeah.
Even if you want to vote for the most heinous fucking people, it's your duty to vote. Bastards.
Bastards.
Honestly, trust me, make a way to vote. Make it like TikTok, yeah? So young people can load up TikTok and they can click on the video they like more, and that gives the vote to the person. That's how to do it. Young people will do it in droves. I'm telling you. So, the way to get young people to go down to the voting station is literally that. Just have digital screens, and people, instead of giving them actual manifestos and things that they read, they'll just give them a video, like a 20-second video explaining everything that they want to do. Obviously, I know it's kind of, I'm just joking in a way, but like at the same time I'm being dead serious. That's legit. The attention span of a lot of young people these days is anything that's longer than 20 seconds. And I'll tell you this now, I've heard stories from people who are who are like teachers. Apparently people's attentions, like kids' attention spans these days, have declined to the lowest ever, and a lot of kids struggle to focus more than maybe 30 seconds at a go now. And I'm thinking to myself, Jesus Christ, what the fuck have we done? We have allowed kids to use these social media. And I'm not much better. I'm on Twitch, and kids watch Twitch. People watching Twitch, I get it. But look, what have we done to these kids where we allow them to sit there on fucking TikTok and destroy their brains? Boomer as fuck sounding, but it's true. You are going to destroy your attention span if you're sitting there watching 30-second videos all the time. And we're letting kids do that. It's terrible, man. What the fuck are we doing? What the fuck are we doing? It says a lot, because in China, TikTok in China shows kids how to do things like piano, learn musical instruments, learn multiple languages, maths and stuff. They have all these videos for all sorts of educational things. And in the West, TikTok is literally just full of stupid shit, like people smashing up, their school bathroom or robbing stores. And I'm like, China is legit doing it. I'm telling you, it's on purpose. They're trying to to get Western kids to think, to get obsessed and addicted to these 30-second videos of stupid stuff, whilst their kids are getting addicted to videos that educate them and try to get them to be better. I'm telling you, it's a crisis. People don't realize the damage, but it's 100% what they're doing. That's why you shouldn't use TikTok, and it's why I never use TikTok. And I'll tell you what as well, fact Twitter as well. Fact Twitter. I'm done with that. What a waste of time that was.
Not wrong.
Nah, I'm boomer, bro. I'm a boomer now. I'm a boomer now, man.
You
Fact
became this
boomer.
very thing that you hate.
I've become a fact boomer. Hate it, but it's true. Yeah, if you don't destroy, the thing you try to destroy, you become it. If you fail to destroy it, you become it, and that's what I've done. I've become a boomer. But you know what? That's fine. I'll take being a boomer. That's fine. I hope that the new gen of boomers will be better than the old gen of boomers.
I beg.
Now, to be fair, you can't be a new gen of boomers because it's a. I mean, I guess it's the mentality side of it. So yeah, you could be a new gen of mentality of boomers, but whatever. Point being, look, vote. Don't use TikTok. Vote. That's what I'm trying to say. I'm gonna go on my break. Vote. See you in a bit. Vote.
Bye.
Vote. 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 Vote.
Okay.
Man, I don't know, man. You disappointed me last night as well. Remember we were supposed to be doing music pie and Spade didn't even turn up.
Yeah, I saw that. He begs for like the whole week, and he doesn't even show up.
Didn't even turn up, man. I was sitting there, listening to Michael Jackson. Didn't even turn up.
Aww.
Yeah. It's sad that we only have one music bot left on the Discord now. Remember, we had Rhythm 1, Rhythm 2, Groovy, and now we only have Octave, which nothing wrong with Octave. Octave is great, but sad. Oh, this is going to be mad, by the way. I think I know what this is going to be. I think I know. Yeah, I know. Oh, God. Oh, Jesus. Help us now.
May the Lord be with us.
Yeah, you're gonna see why in a sec. Oh my God.
Oh God.
Oh my
really
God.
Oh.
Yes. Oh, yes. Yes, give me the wind turbines. Give me the wind turbines. Yeah. I went off the edge. Like, yeah.
Oh fuck.
Alright, well, okay, so we're gonna have a lot of wind turbines on this one. Spade's doing it, Spade might win this one, actually.
Well, Legend, you go, Spade.
No, you got hit. Why am I laughing at Spade's misfortune? That's really mean. I've turned evil. Or was I always evil? Oh, Jesus.
Perfect.
This is quite... Oh, I'm going slow, by the way. I'm using my brakes. I'm big braining it. Yeah. Is that someone's dead body down here? No, it's just a thing. Alright, I got it. Easy. See? Just need some skill. I'm going on the left. Yeah, that probably was the better idea, although I did miss it still. Alright, okay. You know what? There's a strat right here. This is an easy strat. Watch this.
Yeah? Very confident, aren't you?
Yeah, I'm very confident. You know why? Because I just did it.
Oh. Nice.
Oh, no. It's fine. It's actually easier on the bike, so cool, I feel, than on a motorbike. I made it. Yeah, this is way easier than the fourth one. The fourth one was difficult as anything. Well, for me anyway. Then again, saying that for Cave, it was easy. He got through it straight away, didn't he?
Yeah, he did.
Cave was a cheeky rascal. And he knows he was. Oh, no. Why would you fall now? It was so close. Oh, now I'm all the way back up here. I got so far by... No, Spade? Spade's here already? What is this? Is Spade's like skill set literally doing wind turbine races? I bet it is, isn't it? Like that's literally Spade's like fucking skill set.
What an absolute god.
Like Spade is literally his best races are literally bloody wind turbine ones. Of all the races, Spade.
Spade's just got that skill, you know.
Oh, shut up. Don't get me angry with you now.
Oh.
I'm dead. Oh my god. You see all my luck is just disappearing. Oh good, Spade died too. Excellent.
Wow, that's very good.
Do you see me care? Do you see me care? No.
You are ruthless.
How
You
many
are
fucks do you think I
absolutely
give?
ruthless.
How many fucks do you think I give? Yeah? 0.
Damn, I didn't know you were so ruthless. Poor Spade, man. Don't worry,
Good.
Spade. I would never treat you like
Good.
that.
I'm Bully Maguire. Bully Maguire now. the symbiote from fucking Spade's school got hold of me.
Oh, for
The
fuck's sake.
the venom water. Just took hold. Honestly, I love that. You know what? I know everyone hates Spider-Man 3, but you know what? I don't care. Spider-Man 3 was amazing. Don't at me.
Oh, it was hilarious.
Bully Maguire is the best. No problem, BFS Rebecca. What a suck up. What an actual suck up, Spade. Spade, when you gonna not be a suck up, yeah? Gotta be like me, Spade, not a suck up.
Oh, this is so unfortunate.
Why?
I was nearly at the checkpoint.
Ah, good. I mean, good that you were almost by the checkpoint.
Yeah, sure.
Some
Damn, you are ruthless with these. You
He's
actually give
made me
no
angry.
fuck.
No, Spade's gonna make it. Oh no, Spade's actually gonna make it. I'm actually so depressed. No, I'm actually upset now. I'm actually upset. Spade's made it. Nah.
Imagine trash
Wait, was it
talking.
Spade or was it you?
Imagine trash
Was it you or
talking
Spade?
them that bad.
Who was it? Was it you or Spade? It's good. It's Spade. I'm glad Spade made it. I'm glad Spade made it, not you.
Imagine if I...
Go on, Spade. Beat Rebecca. Beat Rebecca, Spade. Beat Rebecca. Beat her, Spade. All the luck I had at the beginning is gone now, by the way. Oh, now Rebecca's it. No, Spade, do not lose this, Spade. Beat Rebecca. Beat her. No! No, Spade! You got to beat her. You gotta get past her. Come on. Spade, do not allow her to win. I swear to God, Spade. Oh my days, I'm having such bad luck right now. It's probably because I trash talked you. Everything goes to shit when I trash talk people.
Yeah, it always happens.
You would have thought I would have learned by now, but apparently not. Yes, I'm through. See, I was nice for a bit and I got through. See, I should just be nice all the time. Nah. Why? Oh, I made it. I made it, and I hit I hit it in the easiest place, the easiest place for me to get through, and I hit it, and I went off.
Guess who's nearly at the end?
Guess who doesn't care?
I thought, I don't know, it sounds like you care.
Guess who doesn't give a feck?
It sounds like you
Guess who
care.
doesn't give a feck?
Okay.
Yeah, that's fine, that's fine. We can land it. Oh, Jesus Christ. What is this? What the fuck is this section? Spade, you let me down, mate. You let me down, Spade. You had one job, Spade. You had one job, and that was to beat Rebecca, and you let me down.
Don't worry, Spade, you'd never let me down.
Let me down, Spade. You let me down, son. what are you supposed to do there? That's fine. Launch me forward. That's fine. We made it. Oh, Spade's like caught up to you. Go on, Spade. Don't let me down, Spade. Beat Rebecca. Beat Rebecca, Spade. Good. Spade's gonna win it. Spade's gonna win it. Go on, Spade. Win for me. Win for me, Spade. Win for me. Oh, fuck off. Fuck off. Oh, bollocks to you. Stop touching the back end of the bike. I think Spade's got this, you know. Oh, no, he's not. Spade, go faster, mate. You got... Come on, Spade. Come on, Spade. Do it. Oh, did Rebecca miss it? No! Spade, you let me down. You let me down, Spade.
Imagine.
It's because he's pedaling down at, like, slow... I don't think Spade knows how to go full speed. Spade...
Imagine.
Spade was...
Imagine.
Spade was pedaling down like an old man. It doesn't
Babe,
matter.
you're always first place in my heart.
Ah, cringe. Cringe. No, that is actual cringe, man. Excuse me
Imagine,
while I go
though,
throw up.
Imagine being that cocky and imagine not.
I
Spade
see.
might have let you
I
down.
think I still see I got the win, you know?
No,
Yeah.
I got the win.
No, I got the win. I got the
I
win.
got-
I got the win in the what's it called? The troll box, yeah? 80 minutes, but I got it.
I mean, you did. You did. I'll give you that. I'll give you credit where it's due.
Nah, that was fun though. I actually enjoyed that one a lot. I like the wind turbine ones. They're always fun.
They're always very chaotic.
There they are. I'm happy I got the second after all that. Like, the fact that I went from basically being like dead last at one point to being almost like caught up to you. That I'm very happy with that. Good result. Just work with what you have. Good luck, Spade. I wish I was waiting for me to spectate. I don't really know if I want to play. I just want to chill.
Yeah, same. I'm like so done.
Yeah, I'm just gonna go hide. Oh, I'm gonna hide. I'm not gonna be aggressive. I'm just gonna hide. Oh well.
Oh, okay. Nice.
I just got given a shotty.
I just got round winner.
Oh, that guy got the kill. The random 34 got the kill.
Oh, I see. Right.
A random FT game, really? Huh. Ain't that something? Ain't the world quite small? That's mad.
I mean, the world is really small.
Yeah, true.
I mean, look at you with your friend. Or like closely,
Yeah,
Stays.
true.
He went to get milk and never came back. What the?
All right. Oh well, another win. I'm not even doing anything. I'm just chilling, you know, getting some easy wins. You know, I have a few friends that I wish I could find, but unfortunately, you know, when they're on Steam especially, they're so easy to change their names. I guess if you have their Steam, you know, their user ID, their like actual number, but I didn't, sadly.
Unlucky. That's a shame.
It is what it is.
It is what it is.
Bathroom break. Oh my god, we're all in here. No way, we're all in here. Nev's gonna come in here and there's like a full bathroom of us. Oh, another. We're all in here. We're all in here except one. Except one. We're all in here. I'm done. I'm actually done. This is ridiculous. I
feel like
can't
we're
believe this.
some sort of like fucking in a school fight or something.
Yeah,
or
yeah, that's
we're
legit
like
though.
some football hooligans or something.
But that's legit what it was like though. People would be fighting in the bathrooms. Nev's gonna have to come in here and kill like 6 of us. Honestly, we should just wait in here. We have to wait him out. Let him come in here, because if we go out there, we might die. But if he has to come in here eventually, and if he doesn't come in here soon, we're gonna get the shotties, so it's fine.
He's getting closer.
Yeah, I'm right in the corner, so I'll feel him when he's right outside. I wonder if Neb even knows where this is. Maybe he doesn't. No, he knows. He knows. He knows. Yeah, he knows. He knows. He's here. Mad. Go, 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 go! Ugh.
Shut up!
What can you do in that situation exactly?
Like, literally, what can you do?
That was an easy one. Yeah, literally just chill in the bathroom, but there's nothing they can do. Can you believe there's been 2273 GGs on the stream? Can you believe?
It's a lot.
And that doesn't include all the GGs that
What the fuck?
What?
Spade spawned right behind me,
Did
mate.
he? Yeah, it can happen. Yeah, you can. They can spawn in on that little room if you're not sure. Yeah, 2273 GGs. That's how long. That's mad to think about. It would be more, but I didn't start that counter until about 6 months after I started streaming. Oh, nice, guys. That's cool. See, if we were playing Friday the 13th, this is the strat. We'll hide in the bathroom, let Jason come in and start smacking him. Or I know what Rebecca's gonna do. She's gonna bait. She's gonna bait hard. She's gonna bait hard. I already know. She's gonna hope that we're gonna lose our patience. Hold strong. Don't give up. Hold strong, don't give up. She's right here, lads. Ah, she's gonna bait. She's gonna bait people out. She's gonna bait people out. Yeah, she's gonna bait. She's gonna bait. Oh my god.
Fuck, man.
It's hard, isn't it? Oh, we got the win.
Yeah. Yeah, you did. Fuck, man.
Played.
GG.
GG.
I tried.
You did. There's not much you can really do. I like that you backed out, though. That was good. If it wasn't for the fact there was a few of us coming out at the same time, you probably would have got the kills. We were lucky. If only one of us had come out, you could have baited one of us out at a time. But because we all came out at the same time, it made it harder. Like a bunch of bees coming out of the hive. One bee is easy to kill, but many bees are not. Alright, good luck. Remember, we got a bum rush. We got to bum rush him. Who's the guy? Okay, so it's random. We got to bum rush him, yeah? Oh, Spade's dead. Oh, well, he's dead. Who
Oh,
got him?
nice.
Who got
What?
him? Who got him?
I think it was the other random.
Oh, was it?
Yeah.
Nah, most people are not used to first person, but that's the whole point. You got to play first person when you're in this. First person is much harder. You know, you have a much less of a view, and it makes it more intense. BS equals be safe. I mean, you're not wrong. Oh.
Oh, well, GG.
Alright, well. Back. They're not very good at being slasher, are they?
No, not particularly.
Well, we were getting free wins, so I'm not going to complain. Oh, $400? Are you kidding me? My man didn't even last long enough to give us more than $400. Bro, I'm watching these, like, fucking 3 teenagers on my cameras. I'm watching them just standing outside my door, outside my fucking house, just talking.
Saturday night, you know?
Yeah, well, fuck off. You know, move on. I mean, no, they probably don't. I don't make my cameras very obvious. The key is you want to make sure that they're not aware that they're being watched. That way they can't prepare to avoid, you know, to hide from the cameras. If they don't know the cameras are there, they can't, you know, hide from the cameras. Alright, this guy's getting some kills in. Spade's dead.
Pretty near me.
Is he gonna bum rush him?
They're trying to.
What's that, guys? Nice. Oh, you see,
Oh,
yeah, you see, now we're
nice.
screwed. Now we're screwed. Now we're
yeah, we are.
fucked. Now we're fucked.
Do you not recognize, like, who they are?
No. Teenagers don't live on the street, so. Alright, cool flicks. Yeah, good luck. I mean, Yassine will probably destroy us, to be honest with you. Like I said, Yassine's not someone... Like, Yassine's good. Like, he's not a random... Oh, no. Yeah, crap, we're fucked. Oh my god, we're fucked. You just have to bum rush, hope you get him. Yeah, bum rush! Bum rush! Bum rush! Oh, done.
Alright.
Good luck, yeah, GG's. We're fucked, man. It's over. We've lost. We've lost now. Once you get a good slasher, it's over.
Yeah, you're done for at that point.
Once you get a good slasher, yeah, you're fucked. No one's safe. No one's safe right now. With you seen as a slasher, we're all dead. Like that's just a fact of life now. We've lost. Oh, we're fucked. Spade got killed again. Ah! Rebecca scared the shit out of me. My head was
Oh,
fucked.
sorry. Sorry.
Hey, Neb. Salutations, Neb. We're fucked, man. There's no way we're gonna win. Everyone's split up. We need to, like, group up together. Like, the bum rush. It's the only way we're gonna win, you know? Fuck, man. There's nothing. No way. There's not. We just hadn't got enough people at that point. Everyone died early on. Spade died so quick. Well, these guys are hiding together at least. Oh, he got him! He got him!
Oh, no way, man.
No way! This guy hid, you know. Yeah, of course, we're not gonna play like that. When we're on opposite teams, we're not gonna help each other win. Unless if the person's being really scummy and like talking shit in chat and all that, you know, talking shit on the mics and that. Of course, then, but like, otherwise, we'll play the fair. Oh, he's there, son. My man's right there. Batter him! Batter him! Got him! Oh, you seen help? Yeah, you seen got and I helped. Yes. Nice. Yeah. Oh, we didn't get the win, sadly. Uh oh. I was hoping we'd get the win. No, we didn't get the win on the game. I was hoping that would be it. Cause is it first to 7 then? I guess I thought it'd be first to 4. Oh, I guess because I put first to I put 7. Yeah. He got so shook. Oh, it's bad, isn't it? The spawns are really bad for some people. Like some people get really screwed. Spade! And I guess Spade's eating an ice cream sandwich in the middle of the game. Spade, bro, I can't lie.
Sounds like Spade yesterday. He was being very helpful.
I know. You see might get the win on this one, you know? Everyone's dead. Ah, that's slow, man. Too slow. Too slow.
Oh.
Go on, Bellboy. Go on, go on. Oh, he got him.
Oh.
No way. No.
Oh, unlucky.
No.
That was so close.
That was close. Yeah, that was awesome. That was awesome. Close, man, but no cigars. Alright, good luck.
I spawned right next to you, Seymour.
Did you?
Literally right next to
Fuck.
him.
We need to work on our bum rushing skills, man.
I know, we're not very good at it, are we?
No. Literally, everyone's getting picked off.
We need to like stay in a group.
We do.
Can't kill us all at the same time.
No, you can't. Might get it, might get it. Yes, got it. Oh,
Nice, nice.
I was waiting for you to see the target someone else. Oh boy. Oh,
Nice one. GG.
thank you. I was waiting. I was waiting for you to attack someone else, you see, so I could get you without you like realizing. I knew if it was a 1v1, I'd be dead. So I had to go. I had to just go. I had to wait until you were busy, and when you were busy, it was good.
Yeah, I just spawned and then I heard the heartbeat immediately and then I was just dead.
Trying to tempt me, huh? Bro, these people are aggressive, yeah? These people are aggressive. Hey, Spade. Can't lie, some of these people are moving mad, you know? And I'm back. Had a nice shower, because I needed one. And because it's Saturday, of course, I showered late. But now I'm good. I love a good Saturday, though. Saturdays are the best. Sundays are sad, in a way. Sundays are depressing, because you know, like, you know the next day you're like, oh, no. Either school or work or
How can I
whatever.
help you?
But Saturdays are calm. Same as like Fridays. I love Fridays, I love Saturdays, but then Sundays are depressed. So I think like
I
a...
hate every day of the week.
Was that?
I hate every day of the week.
Why?
because I don't have consistency. So
Well, you like the days where you know you got a day off the next couple of days.
yeah, that's true.
I guess the issue for you though is like when you only get a day off instead of like 2 days off in a row.
Yeah, one day off is just like I might as well just not have it.
Yeah, one day off is actually torture because you don't really feel like you've had enough time.
Yeah, exactly.
Like if you had at least if you have 2 days off, at least you get like, oh, okay, well, I get 2 days where I can like, I got the evening and then the day where I feel like I can relax, and then the day before, you know, you like because like Sundays for normal, you know, 9 to 5 Monday to Friday workers, Sundays are terrible because you know, oh, I've got to go in tomorrow. Like, how can you relax the day before you got to go back in? But if you only get like one day off, how do you never get that chance to relax? You're just like, oh, well, I've got to go back in tomorrow.
Yep.
So, terrible. Oh, I like that little beep beep. What do we usually do? Is it 60-40?
Something like that.
I think so. I think so. Yeah, I think we always did 60-40. Yeah, I think it was 60-40 that we used to do. Can't remember. It's been so long since we did them. But I think that makes sense because I get paid a little bit more to offset the fact that I got to pay for them. Although, did they change that? I can't remember if they changed that you got to set like the setup cost. I can't remember. Alright, well, let's give it a go anyway. So, Bogdan, of course, you know, really easy. Nothing complex about Bogdan. Slightest. Really easy heist. I mean, so easy the fact that you can run it on autopilot and never really think about it. So, yeah. Well, of course, we're not going to be doing it with any sort of glitch. We're just doing it legit. So I wouldn't mind getting the elite challenge done. It's very easy elite challenge. This is a lot easier without the vigilante in this bit was sketchy, and this thing is much better. Remember we used to do this all the time?
Yeah, it used to be great.
We get 2 Bogdans on a day. And that was like from the start. That would be like doing the preps and the setups, and then the Bogdan. Not as much as when we did the casino 4 times a day. That was the day. Those were the days. Pandemic days. Hasn't been the same since.
Takes anything seriously. It's a crisis of things meaning what they should. Oh, I'm sorry. The threat is very real, okay? Just like your hair system. Your discourse is poisonous and reductive. Okay, you're in the Stromberg. Take it on a deep dive down to that submarine. Dock with the vessel and get on board. The air team will cover the surface.
It's actually kind of scary now, like the way that Avon talks, and like the way, you know, the topics they talk about now. Knowing obviously that Elon Musk bought Twitter, it's like, God, Rockstar, 100% Rockstar needs to bring back Avon. I know that he died, but let's just pretend like Avon could just say it's a clone of Avon. It wasn't the actual Avon; it was a clone of Avon.
And it would fit really well.
Yeah, because I mean, there was already clones of Clifford, so why couldn't there be a clone of Avon? You know what I mean? Like, we could very well have a clone of Avon who died, and that the real Avon is still alive. He's now the head of Bleat or whatever. Hey, Kasiga. I think that would be a great way to bring him back, and then we could have proper, you know, like a proper story of Twitter being built. Congratulations on getting the hangman before the last one. Remember when Hangman had all the numbers in it?
Oh god, that was pain.
That was impossible.
You stay dry? Okay. A source on board's been leaking us intel. Go find it in the rig. If you see any sailors, shoot first. Then shoot second if they're still breathing.
American agents, you are making a great mistake.
Love you, Bogdan.
Me as codename Bogdan. I am commander.
You're tired, are you? Why are you tired? You've been out getting high or something?
It's not just codename, it is real name. You have ever got it. We are rogue unit. Operated outside state sanctions. We will fight you. This is not why we are here. We come all across Pacific. We not give up now. We are ready to die. Every man and boy.
There we go.
We have job to do. Do you know what you're fighting for?
High and drunk.
Burgers and the animal? Wake up. We fight for humanity.
You Mr. Hertz people? He promised me passport and job in Velo Silicon. Okay, shit. All right, go to the bridge. Mr. Hertz still give job, yes. I American now.
Okay, screw him. Get up to the bridge, document everything. Then plug Clifford into the console. Now plug in Clifford.
Plug,
Right into
plug,
the
plug,
console.
plug, 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 plug. There we go. If you want, I can help you guys play another heist. I don't even know if are we gonna do other heists tonight. We only got an hour.
For less than 1 minute.
Yeah.
Look, you
took longer than I
look
thought
very
to get
much
Bogdan
like
done.
You have wrong end of shit. You got stuck in the stick. You're up creek with battle of crab. Look, look.
I mean, we'll probably do the
Like how you
preps
say it,
of
I'm
the next
here
one,
to
but I don't
help.
know if we'll get any further than that.
That's codename Bogdan. Kill him.
No, kill me all you like. But stop. Listen, 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 listen.
Clifford a real one. Yeah, Clifford is a real one.
Sure, I would like to destroy America, control Russia, and destroy fabric of civilization as we know it.
To be
But
fair,
these
me
are
and
all
Bogdan
pipe
actually agree on a lot of
dreams.
stuff, so.
I am here to help solve a real problem.
And what's the real problem?
You a real problem. You're doing dirty work for Avon Quartz and his machine Cliffy. Oh, cigarette. Oi, now, listen, think about it. If you let insecure little egomaniac play God, then fake human brain he builds will be brain of insecure little egomaniac. My scientists have studied Clifford.
Never mind, need a fate one.
This asshole.
The AI is an asshole.
Exactly. And him and Quartz want us to kill each other.
I mean, I agree with Clifford in some regards, and I agree with Bogdan in some regards.
How indeed. Well, thank you, Bogdan. Thank you, Mr. Crest. Thank you, silent, psychotic PR.
Losers.
This is legit, like, what
No,
Elon Musk sounds
get
like
ready.
on Twitter.
This is where
He sounds just as
I'm
whiny.
in charge. Me and Clifford. Go fuck yourselves, losers. Yes, losers.
Yes.
That's legit Elon Musk.
Me and my dad, we're in charge, and this outdated low-tech
I'm done.
submarine will
They got him so well, man.
30 seconds.
I think you've got to get out of there quickly.
Scuba gear by hatch over there. I have secret escape pod. Good luck.
Like, 100% they got his ass. They 100% got his ass with this. I always used to think, nah, everyone starts exaggerating. Nah, they got him dead to rights.
The Stromberg went down with a sub. Get to the shore and regroup with the others. Then let's meet at the hangar at LSIA. Avon is not gonna make this easy for us. Any of us.
Oh, lovely sounds.
Big ones inbound. Wait, who are these guys? Are you fucking kidding me? Avon sent a death squad to take you out. Oh, jeez. This whole time he must have been building an army and an air force, waiting for us to deal with Bogdan so he could
Bloody hell. I've not... You know what's funny? I don't think I've ever done Bogdan on a PS5. And the sound of that submarine exploding is a bit mad on the PS5 version. I feel like it was more booming than the PS4 version, which it felt a little bit more light and like, whatever. Exploding nuclear submarine in the background, not a big deal. Now it actually feels like there's something coming after me, like some sort of. It feels like we're watching, I don't know, or playing a game where there's a sea monster coming after me. Easy peasy. Ah, I got him. Can we get the other one? Ah, too low. There we go, I'm in. Honestly, Bogdan's a great mission, but it's just too simple. Because like that's the problem when people grind this out with the glitch. I just can't believe people used to do this. I mean, obviously nowadays there's no point. Kaya Perico's way better, but I can't believe people used to do this because like, how could you do this heist over and over again? Like, I love it. Don't get me wrong. Bogdan's is one of the best heists just because it's really. I like the story, the lore, and I love the premise of it being on a submarine. But how could you do this over and over again? For what it was. It wasn't really. I don't know. I guess some people have way more patience than I do, but I would just get so bored of doing this heist over and over. But it's a fun heist still. I'd say out of all the Rebecca, what would be your favorite of the Doomsday heists? It's a hard one. It's a difficult one, to be fair.
Probably Doomsday.
Well, the final one, Doomsday heist.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, probably the same. I love that one.
It's fucking brutal, especially
It is.
when like the AI can just be like insanely more powerful other times, and then other times it's fine.
Yeah.
But I don't know. That
You
would
know
probably be my fave.
You know what the bad thing about Doomsday is? I remember when they announced it for the first time, and I was expecting them to do another heist. Like, we were all expecting Rockstar to do another heist at the time. And, you know, it'd only been 2 years since the original heist. And I thought, oh, they're going to just give us one heist, right? And then we saw Doomsday, and it said the Doomsday heist. And obviously we're like, oh, okay, it's a heist. But then when we found out, when we realized it's not just one heist, it's 3, effectively, heists. I know it's like, you know, it's all part of the same big heist. But it's effectively 3 OG heists, and actually they were longer and bigger than most OG heists put into one. And we like the scale of this heist is insane. The fact that Rockstar made this and released it in 2017, like only 2 years after the OG heists, is pretty remarkable to me. Like this was jam-packed full of content, and they added like some amazing vehicles. They added amazing. The story was really well done. Obviously the new characters and all that. It was just such a really well done story. With like the thing about El Rubio, I love Cayo Perico, but
Yeah.
it's so it's not fleshed out. Like there's no real story with El Rubio. There's no finish. You know, you keep robbing him. There's a beginning, there's a middle, but there's no end. And you don't really feel like there's any conclusion. Same thing with the casino heist, actually, where you just keep robbing Duggan over and over and over again. And it's okay with the casino heist, but I feel like we need a heist with a proper beginning, middle, and end again.
Our planet will be in ruins, you fool, if we don't do something. He has control of all your systems.
You can't even call out for help. Then you can do exactly what you have to. You have my authority.
And we'll get paid? Hey, yeah, call it a pension contribution.
Of course, significant ones.
All right,
Miss
get this
Rackman needs a
clown
hair
outta here.
upgrade, though.
For all I know, you're bugged all to high.
Agent 14 looks so good,
Luck.
and then Miss Rackman's hair just looks so bad next to
I
him.
always wanted to say that between us. We are completely.
Yeah. She needs a bit of an upgrade.
She does.
Meet me back at the facility. I'll be in.
Oh man, you know what? I hope they bring back certain characters like this in GTA 6 with the new hair upgrades. Oh, because GTA 6's hair is so good. I was really shocked actually how good GTA 6's hair is for the women. That's a oh, that's good. That's 1.6 mil for 60%. That's really good actually. Yeah, they really upped it, I swear. That's actually really good. That is effectively comparable with Cayo Perico. So,
We didn't
pretty
even
decent.
try and do the Elite Challenge, which I respect.
Yeah, Elite Challenge on this one was easy.
Because the damage on the Avengers glitched, so
Even when it isn't, it's not bad.
yeah.
No, I love Bogdan. I think Bogdan's a really good mission, personally.
Hit me up on Life Invader later.
But I love the Doomsday Heist as a whole. I just think it's such a great story. I love the fact that they went out and they came up with a whole proper story behind it. It isn't just, oh, here's El Rubio, or here's Duggan. I mean, Duggan, to be fair though, Duggan was also really good. See, that's why I don't like Cayo Perico as much as Casino. Because Duggan, they didn't, in a way, the story missions that came out before Duggan, before the Casino Heist, the Casino story missions they did, the update before, that is in a way the beginning and introduction to Duggan. Whereas with El Rubio, we don't really have any reason why we don't like him. Like, we just kind of get introduced, oh yeah, by the way, there's a guy with an island and we're going to rob him. And we don't really have any proper reasoning. Like, he never did anything to us, you know what I mean? He never screwed, like, with Avon, we were introduced to him in the idea, oh, we got to help him save the world. And then he betrays us, so it becomes personal. With Duggan, again, it starts off fairly personal in a way, but we're doing a job for casino guys and all that. You know, the casino lady and the guy who owns the casino, and then obviously they get screwed over by Duggan. So and then our guy Vincent gets screwed by Duggan. So we end up joining forces to rob him. You know, it's personal for us. There's a story, there's a build-up. But with Cayo Perico, it's just like, oh yeah, by the way, I need to hire you because they have like something of ours that we want, and it ends up just being a picture of Trevor and Minnie Madrazo's mother. Like, it's not very important. And that's my issues with Cayo Perico. I thought it was funny, but you just feel like you don't get a chance to really connect with the story, whereas with Avon you really do. You get to, you know, I love that whole, you know, we're working with Avon to save the world, and as time goes on you start picking up on the fact that he's actually a dickhead. Like, you know, at first he seems alright and Clifford seems charming in a way, but then as time goes on you're like, oh, this guy's a bit fucked up, and he starts talking about, you know, about how he's going to have the poor people are going to be out in the wild and the rich people will be behind the gates protected, and then you start thinking, this guy's a bit, he's a bit sketchy, you know, he's a bit, maybe we shouldn't be working for him. And I love that build up, and then the eventual betrayal in part 2, where Bogdan actually turns out to be a good guy. He's a bad guy, but he's also a good guy. He's the anti-hero. And I love that little reversal. It's really, really good. And like I said, with Duggan as well, you know, with the casino heist, I love that build-up, working with those guys, and it's fun, it's simple, it's not serious, and then it gets more serious. And then eventually, you know, Duggan's nephew takes over the casino, but he's a dickhead to Vincent, and we're like, you know what, fuck this guy's a dickhead. Like, he's being openly racist towards Vincent. Like, it's so obvious why he got rid of Vincent. And we're just sitting there thinking, you know what, fuck this guy, we want to get his ass too. So then Lester comes to you and says, you know what, we've got a little thing, let's go rob this bastard, and it's over. Like, I like that story, I like that build-up. But yeah, with El Rubio, it's just like, oh, there's a guy on an island, and he has something we want, and yeah. And I like the OG Heist as well, because there's also kind of a reason behind them. You know, you do flee, so you're just starting to get into the bigger jobs. You know, you've done all the normal jobs, and then Lester's like, yeah, you weren't ready, but now you are. Let's introduce you to a heist, but small. So it's like you got that progression of you working, doing normal missions, and then you get yourself up to finally get to do your first heist, and you do Fleecer, and it's a nice introduction, and then Lester's like, yeah, I'm going to contact you again later. But in between that, Agent 14 contacts you, and then you kind of get forced into it. Hey, you have to do this job for us, otherwise, you know. Well, at first he plays it off as he's a criminal, which I thought was cool. He's like, oh, you know, I'm a criminal, yeah, blah blah blah. And then you do the job for him. You get the prisoner out, and then you kind of get roped into doing it again for Karen, because you can't not do it at that point. They know who you. Well, they know of you, and they could shut you down, they could go for you, but they would rather work with you. So you do the job, and you finally get that done. You're like, you know, let's get back to the actual heisting. And then Trevor comes in, and Trevor's just like, you know what, I want you to work for me now. So you just get stuck with Trevor for a bit, and then you finally do that, and then Lester finally contacts you and says, yeah, that heist that I wanted you to do, I've got it ready. And that's the Pacific Standard, and you do the Pacific Standard. It's great. So there is like a story there too, not all connected as much, but it's there. There is a story, there is a build up, and yeah, and then you that's why my issue with El Rubio was, and that I was just like, what's the point? Why are we robbing this poor bastard? He's not done anything to us. I mean, he's an arsehole, don't get me wrong. El Rubio is an absolute arsehole, but let's not pretend that he's, you know, he's not evil. Well. I mean, he just feeds someone to a bloody panther, but still.
Oh, good. You're here. Because if we're gonna stop this little bastard and his idiotically named AI neural network from destroying humanity, we're gonna need to act fast.
Like shit up stick.
Yes, exactly.
Now that we know this little bastard is going to unleash hell,
I love this
he is
cutscene.
buying customized
Another thing I love about this, I love the cutscenes. One thing I didn't like about Duggan or Casino, Casino or El Rubio's one, is I didn't like there's not really a lot of cutscenes. I mean, a good thing with Casino is you have a lot of the cutscenes during the casino missions, that the build up, but once you get to the actual heist, there's very few cutscenes. And I know a lot of people don't like cutscenes, but I personally love cutscenes. I really do. I think it's a great way to kind of get into the character, get into the story. I know a lot of people just want to have like missions to do, but one of the things that really separates heists over normal bog standard missions is that story, the cutscene story that builds up to it. Because like if you just put all these missions, and same with any heist, if you just put all the missions just randomly in the mission section, all separate, they're great, they're fun, but they're like, well, what's the point? They're kind of aimless, but when you put them into a heist and then you have like a proper story between them, it really feels good. It's very important to me, and we've actually seen how important stories are, because look with the Dr. Dre and Franklin stuff. The contract. I didn't really care for the contract personally. I thought it was probably the weakest of the heist style thing. But I'll tell you what, if you just played a bunch of those Dr. Dre missions separately with no story, they would be terrible. Well, they wouldn't be terrible, they would be really boring. You would say, this is whatever. What makes those really good is the fact that you have Franklin. And Franklin, Franklin coming back made what would be very bog standard, low grade heist missions into something that's actually quite interesting. It's Franklin, it's like a continuation of story mode. And same with having Dr. Dre in it, it's kind of made it more interesting. And then you had you had those Lamar and Franklin missions, and those aren't particularly like amazing. But again, having Franklin and Lamar as the protagonists in those, with the banter between them and the kind of the mentions of story and referencing the story mode and all that, that makes those missions really good. So having good story and good cutscenes really makes or breaks a lot of content, and I think that's something Rockstar really needs to remember. And I hope in GTA 6 we see a lot more of that. So I'm hoping they make it easier than ever to record stuff, because to like make cutscenes and stuff, because they need to do it more. Bloody hell, Rebecca. Thing's like a tank. Blows everything up.
I've hijacked someone as well.
Have you?
Yeah, there's a woman talking to me.
Is there?
Yeah.
That's funny.
I can't see her though. But she keeps telling me how she needs to smoke something.
I agree. Don't blame her. What can you do with those points? Not much. There's not much at all you can do with the points at the moment. Most of the things that you can do with the points don't work at the moment. Don't save them. But they might do something one day, so there you go.
That's the game plan here. I'm not gonna get into the AI apocalypse and humanity's obsolescence. The money is all that matters for us.
I wonder if she's in the front or if she's in the back. Oh.
I'm not sure. She's stopped talking now, so I have no idea.
Maybe it's the voice of your character finally. You finally heard her.
Voice.
I hope that's something we see in GTA 6 is the voices. They need to...
I can't believe they didn't with Red Dead. I mean, you grunt, I guess.
Red Dead was terrible for that, because all your character would ever do is go, yeah, yeah,
Ah!
like yeah, and then the whistle. It's terrible. I don't know why they don't just record maybe 5 people, get 5 different voice actors and actresses, and then just record different lines, and then have it so you can change the voices, pitch and bass and all that stuff.
Well, come to planning when you want to move for that agent.
Like they do in Saints Row. Like it's the most basic thing, and it would have added so much more variety and content to the game. I know it doesn't seem very important, but having characters that can actually speak is a big thing. It's like if you play GTA 3. There's a great story in GTA 3, but and I guess it's Claw. It makes sense for Claw because you're just kind of like the silent. You know, you just do the jobs. You're not here to question it. You're here just to do the jobs. But it does feel a bit too. I don't know. It feels weird. Like I want to be able to say something. I would love it if you could even have different. If you could say different things in the conversation and have the characters react differently to it, that could be cool, like an RPG. But I know they won't let us do that. But just at least let us have our characters say stuff.
Get out of there! We need to steal a big bag of cash from the FIB sting operation.
I'd love it if you you hit someone or someone hits you on the road and your character says, "What the fuck is wrong with you?" and stuff like that. I mean, maybe they could let us have like a variety of words that our characters can say when they get hit. Like you can select them, and then characters, whenever they get hit or they do something, they can speak those words. Honestly, I'm excited to see what they do for the online for GTA 6. They've had what 10 years almost to kind of design something that would be better, and all the ideas they might have had that they never managed to finish on GTA Online. They could implement those. I'm all for it personally. I'm ready for Rockstar to reveal it. Oh my god, it's gonna be a mad day when they reveal the online for GTA 6, bro. I mean, hey, you know what? Let's just get the reveal for GTA 6 first. The
Yeah,
proper
exactly.
reveal, not the leak. Let's get a proper reveal for GTA 6 before we start discussing the online. You know what my theory is, though?
What?
I actually would not be surprised if we see GTA 6 release as a single-player only game, with the GTA 6 Online coming out later, like 6 months after GTA 6 comes out. Because they have GTA Online already out, like the current GTA Online. They don't need to switch to GTA 6's Online straight away.
Yeah.
And it would give people a chance to play the single player, and you know, it gives Rockstar a bit of extra time. Like Red Dead really needed that. Red Dead needed 6 months of more development time, really, before they released it. The fact they released Red Dead Online and the state that they did is shocking. And so
It's right.
I feel like that kind of killed the momentum on it, and that led to all its problems, because when it came out, it took so long just to get it to work properly, like make it decent, that it killed any momentum it had. And people never got into it. So if for GTA 6 Online, I would rather they just don't have it available at launch, and then they drop it later on when it's ready, so the momentum doesn't die. Not that I think it would. I honestly think GTA 6 will be one of the biggest online... GTA Online will be one of the biggest things regardless. Because let's face it, you're talking about what will be one of the most amazing, ambitious online experiences on a console. Because, like, yeah, you know, you can get experiences like GTA Online on PC, but there are no other games on console that are like GTA Online. And to be fair, the closest thing on PC is literally a mod for GTA 5, you know, and then the next closest thing is a mod for GTA San Andreas. So no one else is coming out with something like GTA Online, so I think regardless of what happens, GTA Online will be big. The thing is, there's a lot of people out there that I hear about it all the time when I read forums and I read like Reddit and stuff. You'll have people asking, oh, is GTA Online good now? And they'll say they haven't played it since launch. And I'm like, bro, you haven't played GTA Online since launch. You've not experienced any of the online like heists. You've not even experienced the base heist. You've not experienced the Doomsday.
Majorly desynced.
Oh, did it?
Yeah, and for me, you were just standing in place.
Oh, really?
Yeah, that's why.
That's funny. Oh, wow.
Whoa!
It's all...
Shit.
I'm blowing everything up.
Go, go, go!
You know what? I've never actually managed to smash the side windows on this car, but the side windows are smashed.
Yeah, they are.
So what happens if we go in the water?
It's fine, we've had it before.
Have we? I've never seen the window smash on this thing.
Oh, it's a decent game, bro.
Oh, it's a desync shoe?
Yeah.
I'm not dropping any frames network-wise, so I don't know, maybe it's download side of you? It's your download? Something's going on with it? Where are you, anyway?
I'm still in the car, but you just randomly stop sometimes.
Oh, okay.
I had 2 Twitch streams out for some reason, so...
Oh, nice. you're not on the internet up where you used to be now. Your download's a lot slower.
Yeah, I forget that. Whoa.
That's unideal. But yeah. I'm just excited to see what Rockstar puts out, honestly. We need GTA 6.
We do.
Just like the world needs Spider-Man.
Exactly.
Like in Spider-Man 2, when the world needed a hero. Okay? And Aunt May told Peter, there's a hero in all of us, or whatever.
Yeah.
You know, little Timmy, or whatever his name was, a little kid. He needed a hero to look up to. We need GTA 6. We need to have that. That's what we're looking up to.
Damn, I'm surprised you didn't smack into them.
What? You have to have more faith in me. I'm a fantastic driver.
So I can see you.
I mean, when I do parkours, I'm pretty good.
Yeah, true.
Not the best, but I'm alright. Still happy I beat Dende's thing. See if we can position it perfectly for a nice takeoff here. Excellent. See, it worked out really well. Oh yeah, I need to lose less. I need to get Lester on the phone.
Oh yeah, I forgot you can do that with this one, can't you?
How can I be of service? Oh, hey, you're in trouble. Okay. I'll deal with it.
Okay. Oh, it's been going well. We're actually making good progress right now. I mean, well, I wouldn't say it's the most optimized progress. Like, we could be doing way quicker, but we are moving ahead. We used to do this way quicker back in the day, but I just don't really care about optimization anymore. Like, what's the point?
Okay, we've got the money. Thank you, FIB. Now you just need to take a look at where the exchange will take place, and you'll be ready to buy.
The only thing I want to do now is hit 1500. No, don't call me, Martin. I told you, never call me. But yeah, the only thing I want to do now, my only goal left in this game is to hit 1500. And I'm at 1434 at the moment, so I'm getting close to that. Yeah. Once I hit 1500, I'm pretty much done. So I'm hoping that they will have GTA 6 at least announced by then.
Hopefully.
Rockstar. Rockstar had a leak, and you know, I'm glad in a way that we got that leak, because I'll tell you what now, if I had to go another 6 months without seeing GTA 6 finally, I would have gone mad, because it's ridiculous how long they made us wait. It's actually so ridiculous that they made us wait. What, 9 years since their last game, and they didn't even have an intention to show us. So if it wasn't for the leaker, we would never have even seen GTA 6 yet. It's absolutely shocking, but I hope we get an announcement, like a proper announcement soon. I wanna see it. I wanna see it properly.
I need you to take some photographs of the place Merryweather wants to do this deal. The Pacific Allied Shipyard. Hey, I don't know how you feel, but I would now say pretty long experience of doing deals. They've got a tendency of going wrong. Actually, they all go wrong, so we want to
Oh, this thing's actually smoking, yo.
to win a surprise
Very rarely have I ever managed to make this thing smoke. Is this the one with the pictures?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, yeah. Let's get rid of you. You're too broken for me now. We will switch to the compressor. Also, Rockstar, in GTA 6, can we have less menus, please? Thank you.
Retweet. We have so many menus.
We don't need 20 menus with like multiple levels of the menu. We just, it's unnecessary. I feel like all we need is a very, like I remember when Rockstar announced GTA 5, and then one of the things they were talking about with in the run-up was the whole idea of having the phone, and that you could do a lot of what you need to do in the phone. They wanted to kind of make it more realistic, where a lot of the stuff was done on the phone. You know, it makes sense if you can hide as much. And the same thing with GTA 4 actually, where they hid a lot of the stuff in the phone rather than in menus, and that makes a lot of sense. But the problem is, as time has gone on, they've kind of just shoved stuff in the interaction menu, and so now we have this ridiculously big interaction menu that just makes no sense. Now, if they could find a way to integrate the interaction menu into the phone, that would be ideal. The problem is the current phone is just not designed for that. The current phone is very early iPhone-esque, and in a way even more basic than a traditional early iPhone. Now, obviously, we've seen in 5M, some of the 5M servers have amazing phones with really in-depth features, like maps and stuff on the phone, which is insane. I would love to see Rockstar with GTA 6 have a more in-depth phone. That's one thing we didn't see actually with any of the GTA 6 videos that we saw leaked. We never saw the phone. That's one thing I just realised. We never saw the phone in any of the videos.
True.
So what does it look like? Does it look like a modern phone with like more modern, you know, is it really in depth? I mean, there isn't really much of an interaction menu in single player. It's just very basic, but I do hope we see a much more in-depth interaction, much more in-depth phone in the next GTA. Okay. Thank you, Lester. Great. Great insight. And the texting stuff I would love to see improve as well. It's gonna be a massive generational like gap, because you know in real life we've seen phones go through so many changes over the years, and now we have GTA 6 coming out, and like the phone is going from this really old-fashioned iPhone to having what it probably have nowadays. It's gonna be insane. You know what? I kind of hope that one of the characters in GTA 6 has a folding phone. I would love it if you could pull out a phone and you got like you have it in the bottom right, a phone, right, like a normal phone, and then you can press another button and it opens up, like the other half folds out and it comes up in the center of the screen as a proper big like menu. So that could be like the interaction menu in a way.
Yeah.
They could do a lot more. They could do a lot of it if they have like a folding phone. They might do that. I hope they do. Plug the old Samsung Fold. Samsung Fold 4. Or well, I guess by then it'll be what, the Fold 6 probably by then.
Okay, I think those pics give us a good idea of the place. The light's not good, so you might need some goggles.
Apparently Samsung believes that Apple is going to release a foldable phone in the next 4 years.
I don't know. I don't think they will.
I think they will.
You think?
Yeah. Apple typically does stuff when they feel like they can finally do it properly.
Yeah.
They don't like to bring things to market too early, because they know that they don't want to release a product that is, you know, not well done. I think that's the problem with the foldable. Until Apple feels like the foldable products are high enough quality, they won't do it. The problem is because, and this is something that all phone manufacturers are realizing. Sales on standard phones are dropping significantly, like a lot. And you have to remember, Apple I think 50% of Apple's income or revenue is iPhone. So if iPhone starts selling less and less and less, and sales start declining, Apple's revenue starts to decline significantly, and their shareholders are not going to like that. So Apple kind of has no choice at this point but to do something that will sell. And the foldable market is one of the only markets. These new wearables are one of the only markets that are actually increasing, whereas traditional brick phones, as we have slabs, tabs, whatever you want to call them, they are declining. And it's so where does Apple go if they continue with the traditional market? Let's make a new iPhone that looks exactly the same as the previous iPhone, but with a slightly bigger camera. That's not going to sell. At least not enough to justify to their shareholders.
Yeah.
So where do they go from here? They're going to have to go somewhere. So I wouldn't be so sure about them not doing it. If Apple... The thing is, the thing that Apple needs to do, and this is the thing as well, it can also fit in with their iPads, because they could try to market it as a small iPad in a sense. They have, 5 different versions of the iPad now? It's not really hard to believe that they would have multiple versions of phones. Because what's their current lineup? They have the SE at the very bottom. Then they have their standard iPhone. They have their iPhone, the bigger version of it, very boring. And then they have the Pro, and then the bigger Pro. Again, very boring. They haven't got anything really interesting in their lineup anymore for their phones. It's all very safe. So that's the thing. Maybe the screen won't crash. That's what I'm saying. I think Apple will, once they feel that they can get the technology down in a way that doesn't result in it being considered low quality or potentially low quality. So I think Apple will wait until they know they get it down. Apple won't release it until they know that they can do it in a way that is going to be received well and isn't going to cause controversy to them. And that's what I think that's reasonable, and I think Samsung is right on the money there, that they will do it. 4 years is a long time. That's the thing we have to remember. 4 years may not seem like a long time, but look at 4 years. Look at phones from 2016 from 2020. Look at the difference in the phones between 2020 and 2016, or look at the difference between phones in 2012 to 2016. Massive differences in quality of the phone and in how where they've gone. I mean, hell, 4 years ago, in phone world, all screens that take up the whole phone were rare, and now they're everywhere. Now even low-end phones have full screens that take up the entire phone. Like, bezels are pretty much non-existent now, even on low-end phones. And yet, 4 years ago, that was very common still. Having big bezels was still very common. I mean, 4 years ago is what, 2018?
Yeah.
So that's like iPhone XR. Would that be the iPhone XR era?
I think so, yeah.
So not long after the iPhone 8. And iPhone 8 would be, what, was iPhone 8 2017? So let's say 5 years there. I mean, look at the difference between the iPhone 8 and the iPhone 14, for example. It's ridiculous. It's like a completely different world. I mean, look at the camera on the back of the iPhone 14 compared to the iPhone 11. The actual phone itself hasn't changed that much, but the camera has changed.
Yeah.
A lot. And I think that's the same thing. I think that really companies they're at that point now where there's not really much more they can do in that form factor. I mean, hell, look at the original Samsung Fold compared to the Fold 4. Like, the difference in quality is insane. I remember the original Fold. They had a lot of issues with it. I think they had to take it off sale and bring in, and I think they had to refund people. If I remember correctly, they had to do something like that. They had I think they pulled it from sale because it was just so many issues with it.
Yeah.
But look at it now. Look at the Fold now.
True. It's so popular. I know quite a few people.
Yeah, it's because that's the market that people are going to be buying now. People want to go somewhere else. People are bored of having standard phones. Like when you upgrade from an iPhone X to an iPhone 14, what's the big difference?
Nothing.
You get a better camera.
Yeah.
And okay, the screen is a little bit higher quality.
Maybe
I
a
don't
few
know.
changes, but
Yeah,
apart from
that's about it. I mean, I know that in Android's era, you know, you get a lot of changes now. You can have, you know, 120 Hz screens and all that. You know, lots of differences there. But I guess you can get that in Apple. You just have to pay for the pros.
Yeah.
But even then, what's the difference? What's the big difference between the Pro, the older Pros, and the current Pros? Not much. The Pro 13 and the Pro 14 are the same phone, pretty much. Except one has the island, which is a very big gimmick. That's the only thing Apple can really do now is gimmicks.
Yeah, true.
So I think that's the case for many phone manufacturers now. It's just gimmicks, and that's where the foldable side of things will come in, because ultimately that will be what's interesting to people. I mean, I know that apparently Google was working on a Pixel folding phone. And I know that a lot of the Chinese manufacturers are coming out with some mad stuff. I've seen some mad stuff from the Chinese manufacturers. What else is there? Samsung's also going to be releasing a smart ring, apparently. Yeah, so you can wear it on your, you know, like a ring on your finger, and apparently it can do like, yeah, control stuff, which I think is pretty cool. If you can add payments to it, if you could have Google Pay on a smart ring, imagine how good that would be. You could just hold your hand over a credit card machine and just pay without having to open your phone or even use a watch. You could just put your finger on it and it would pay. That's pretty mad. So I know Apple will be watching stuff like that, because Apple, they do like wearables. I mean, look at the watch. The Apple Watch is actually extremely successful, and I believe in America it's something like 50% of people who buy iPhones end up buying Apple Watches.
Yeah.
America is pretty much iPhone central now. I think something like 87% of Gen Z own iPhones, something like that. It's ridiculous. It's a ridiculous number of people, like young people, own iPhones in America, in the United States. So that's the thing. Apple's now already hit that saturation point of iPhones. So now when you try to get those kids, those people, to buy a new phone, what exactly is there to sell to them? That's where they're going to have to start thinking about other things, you know? Once Apple phones, Apple Watches are already, once they hit like a saturation point, what's next? They need to do something. So I can see Apple doing a ring or something else, and I can see them trying to open up into foldables at some point. Japan has the most iPhone percentage. I have no idea what Japan is. But Japan's market is really weird. To be fair to Japan, they have some really, because they use a lot of different stuff that you never see over here. Like they have like a whole payment app that's completely different from GPay or Apple Pay, and they use that everywhere. They have some mad stuff over there. So I feel bad. You know what? I feel bad for Japan though. They went from having, you know, like Japanese being the predominant thing to now having to use American products. That's quite sad. I prefer the world when it was like very Japanese, you know, when Japan was known to be the place of high quality electronics, and American electronics were considered shit. It's kind of shifted now. Kind of sad, actually.
After this one, I'm gonna go to bed.
Alright.
Because I just feel more and more awful.
Yeah, no worries. Apple started to sell very low prices. Yeah, I guess that's how Apple does it. They get the market share up, and then they put the prices up eventually. But they're gonna have to do something because their market shares are too high, and at that point, you know, the problem with growth, the problem with the system we have is that you always have to have growth. You can't just stagnate, because although, you know, any sensible person would look at it and go, well, as long as Apple's making money, who cares if they're growing or not? As long as they're making significant amounts of money, who cares? But then these, you know, these investors today, they don't care about that. They don't care about what, you know, long-term economic success. All they care about is what can make the most money in the shortest amount of time. And so the problem is these investors are going to be increasingly demanding that Apple will come up with new stuff to sell. And you know, like I said, their iPhones are extremely widespread in a lot of places now. Apple Watches are very widespread, so they need to have something new to sell now.
You got it? Okay, now get out of there.
And I don't think Macs and stuff will become very big because Windows is too established for that.
Now lose any heat and bring
So I guess iPads, but tablet market has shrunk. Not shrunk, but it's just not growing as big as it could. The old tablet market is very limited. Partly because phones have got so big now that a lot of people don't care about tablets. Like, remember when there used to be 7-inch tablets? What's the point of having a 7-inch tablet?
Good times.
Like, there's legit no point having a 7-inch tablet because you can get a 6-inch phone. Like, most phones are at least 6 inches now.
Yeah.
But so there's no point there anymore, and that's why I guess that's one thing. The tablet side of things on have got bigger and bigger. Like they've had to make their tablets insanely large now because their smaller tablets just don't really make any sense. So I do feel like there is going to be a market there for them, but they won't do it until they know they can do it well. Most new users are coming from the iPad section. Well, I mean that says a lot about the iPhone section. The iPhone section is so saturated that there's no growth there anymore. Because tablets as a whole are not a big market as they used to be. So if that's the biggest growth, then that says a lot about Apple's iPhones. And the fact that the iPhones are so saturated now that there just there isn't any growth to be had. And they will need to come up with something that's a better design. Like I said, they can't keep releasing the same boring phone year in, year out, because eventually even Apple fans will get bored. I mean, we're seeing it now where people who used to buy phones every year now, every 2 years, are now buying phones once every 4 or 5. I mean, we're seeing it as well with Apple supporting phones for so long as well. The issue is why would someone who's running an iPhone 11 upgrade, or an iPhone 12? Why would they upgrade to a 14? What exactly does a 14 offer over an iPhone 12? And a dynamic island is not enough, and that's only in the Pro section. And the iPhone 14 Pro is underselling compared to their estimations. So there are issues that Apple has got to face. Frankly, I hope that Apple starts doing more stuff because, God, their lineup is so boring these days. I would love for Apple to drop something interesting. Like, if they came out and said, hey, we're making an iPhone, an iTablet, an iPad phone, whatever you want to call it, I'd be really interested. Most people prefer an iPad than a tablet. The thing is, iPads are tablets, though. Like, iPad is literally a tablet, so... It's literally part of the tablet market, and tablets as a whole are not selling anywhere near as much as what they once were. At one point back in 2013, the tablet market was estimated to become bigger than the PC market, but that hasn't happened in the same level as what they expected, because phones have grown so much that they've taken up a lot of that market. I remember how big. That's why Microsoft tried doing the whole Windows 8, combine the computer with a tablet, and then it just ended up being a complete flop because people don't want to replace their proper desktops with a tablet, and people would rather have a big phone. And so the tablets just never really, they got bigger and bigger, and then they just never really exploded like they could have. Like, there's no point buying a small tablet because you have big phones now. Even cheap phones, even cheap Android phones are huge now. So what's the point of buying a small tablet if there is none? And then what's the point of buying a big tablet like a really big tablet, because you can just get a proper laptop or computer. Many of which have touchscreens now. Like you can get touchscreen computers that also fold into tablets. There just isn't really anything there anymore. That innovation, there's just no innovation in the tablet. And Apple's tablets are boring as fuck nowadays. They're always the same shit over and over again.
It's just the same as it's just like having a big phone, really.
I mean, they released that new iPad that is more expensive and is worse than the previous iPad, the other iPad you could get, which is cheaper. The iPad, it's like the standard iPad is now more expensive and yet inferior to the iPad Air or whatever the other one is. And I'm just like, why? And then it supports the Apple Pencil.
Yeah.
But it doesn't support the Gen 2 Apple Pencil. It only supports the Gen 1 Apple Pencil. And it has to have an adapter because the Gen 1 Apple Pencil doesn't support USB-C, but the iPad has USB-C, so they has to have a bloody adapter to charge the bloody thing. I mean, that right there is just, to me, proof that Apple has no idea what they're doing in that market anymore. Why would they even release that? I just don't get why they would release that. They had perfectly good, I've always looked at the iPads when I used to look at it. You had the iPad, which was the bog standard basic iPad, the cheap one. You had the iPad Air, which was the smaller but more expensive, nicer one. And then you had the iPad Pro, and that was the Pro one. That was the one for people that are ridiculously wealthy, and have, I guess, jobs that require drawing, and I guess artists. And then they went and decided to say, you know what? Our bog standard iPad, the boring one that has no special features, we're going to make that more expensive.
Yeah, why not?
And we're going to put Apple Pencil support on it, but only Apple Pencil 1. Which makes no sense because Apple Pencil 1 is only supports Lightning, and this new iPad has USB-C. It makes no sense why you would do that. Now I guess they may be trying to maybe they made too many Apple Pencil 1s and they were trying to get rid of them. That's what my theory is. They made way too many of them and no one bought them, so they had to get rid of them, and so they decided to. But I don't know. It just seems like that makes no sense to me why they would do the Apple Pencil 1 on the iPad. So that was and they put the prices up significantly. It wasn't just a small price rise, like £20. It was like a full 50, 60, 70 higher in Europe, which is ridiculous. I don't know why you would. I know that the currency issue is a thing, but the whole point of that iPad was it was at the time the cheapest way to get into the Apple ecosystem. Like if you are someone on low income and you are in the Apple ecosystem, and you have no choice now. Either the SE is £450 now. And the iPad was the cheapest. The iPod Touch is dead. They killed that poor thing. And so the cheapest way to get into the ecosystem was the iPad at $350. And now that isn't even the cheapest way anymore. It's like $420 now. So it's like, well, what's the point? What's the bloody point of even... Ugh, these people, man. Honestly, I will never understand Apple in that thing. And even Apple fans, even hardcore Apple fans will say, what the fuck are you doing, Apple? Like, why would you make this product? Who is this product for? It's not for Apple fans, because Apple fans aren't going to buy that shit. And it isn't for people on Android who they want to get over to Apple, because no one on Android is going to pay that much money for an inferior iPad.
Yeah.
So I don't know who the fuck they were trying to market that to, but that's what happens when you have this eternal need to grow, but you don't have any genuine ideas. You just kind of redo the same old shit.
As much as an idiot he was, Steve Jobs was
a good marketer, and he knew what the fuck he knew what people were interested in. He knew what would sell.
Yeah.
And I've heard so many people say the same thing. A lot of Apple fans say the same thing. Apple under Tim Cook is not the same, and Tim Cook doesn't have the same vision. That he's a money man. He knows how to sell. He knows what makes money. He knows how to make a product that makes good profit. But Steve Jobs was the one who knew how to make a product that was interesting and got people on board. So that iPad is just disgusting what they did with that iPad. So I'm really, I hope they do something interesting. I would love to see Tim Apple, as I call him now because Donald Trump called him that. It was hilarious. I do hope to see Tim Apple either really take another look at it and actually try to innovate, or step down until someone and have someone who can come in, because bloody hell is Apple boring now. Like, I used to look at Apple stuff. I used to look at Apple events and think, oh, you know, that's actually interesting. Like, I don't really care about it because I don't really care about a lot of stuff Apple does. But I'd at least watch it and go, oh, you know, it's all right. That's a cool idea. That's interesting. But I'm so bored of them now. I just look at them and think to myself, God, they do the same shit every year, and it's the same boring thing. It's just, where's the innovation? And I get it, you know, we're at the point now where smartphones are quite mature. It's like PCs now, and laptops, they're very mature. There's not much you can really do to them anymore, and that's why I'm hoping Apple will look into something fresh. They, you know, they really pushed the watch. Apple Watches are the biggest watch wearables. They really pushed that, and I respect that. I would never buy an Apple Watch, but I respect the fact the hell out of them that they actually did push it, and because of that, Apple Watches are very, you know, like the watching smartwatches are quite advanced now because of them. But I want to see them do something fresh. I want to see them try something new that isn't just a standard boring phone, a standard boring tablet, or a standard boring laptop. I want to see them come out with something fresh. I want to see them have that Steve Jobs, you know, when they went onto stage and said, hey, look, we have this. It's an iPod on a phone. It has a touchscreen, and one day in the future, you'll be able to download new apps that could be made by people around the world and download it off a store. That was, if you ever go back and watch that Steve Jobs iPhone reveal, it is absolutely insane, and it's just like, wow, this is cool. Like, even to this day, I look at that and go, holy shit! Like, that Apple came on stage and they really blew us away. You know, this idea that, hey, phones, everyone has these, well, not everyone, but at the time, but loads of people have these boring phones, and you can call people, and that's about it. You know, some of them play music, but it's not very good. We're going to take an iPod, stick it in a phone, give it a touchscreen, and not those shitty old touchscreens like, oh, you know, that you had to use on a DS or old media, you know, PDAs, but a touchscreen it's made of glass, and you just slide your finger on it gently, and it works. And the software is really well designed for fingers. It's not designed for a stylus. It's designed for fingers. The fact that they did that, and they did it so well, it was so exciting. And holy shit, they had not had it. They've done it kind of with the watch. The watch kind of had that at first. The first iPad, when they threw out the first iPad, it was like, holy, you know, we're bringing out. It's like an iPhone. Well, it's like an iPod Touch, but it's bigger. And I know it was so simple, but it was so good, and it was really exciting. The idea that they expanded it and made it, you know, really big, but at the same time still have a great interface. Where's that Apple gone? Where's that Apple? The Apple I see today is the Apple of, oh, we've got this thing called a dynamic island, and it's just to hide the ugly ass camera that they can't seem to hide any for some reason, and they're trying to market it into something amazing, but it's really boring. That's the Apple today, and I'm so bored of that. I want to see the Apple of the old Apple. I want to see the old Apple come out, the Apple that brought out the iPod, the Apple that brought out the iPhone, the iPad. Not the Apple that brought out that really bad touch bar that was on the MacBook. That sucked. That Apple sucked. But I want to see the old Apple that came out with those really cool things. Where's that Apple gone? Where's that Apple gone? I want to see Steve Jobs. I mean, maybe a bit weird, but I would love to. I wish that he was still around. I wish he wasn't such an idiot when it came to cancer, and he just went to a doctor and did it properly, because he most likely would still be here with us. It would be great to see him come out on stage, holding the, you know, look, we have the iPhone, right? Now we have the folding iPhone, and it's a next level folding phone that has the most amazing mechanism that no one would have expected. And they come out and say, look how smooth it is. Look how well the interface blends between the two screens. It's not, you know, there's no like kind of you know, when you have like a really poorly designed UI and you switch between two things, it's jarring. You know, he would have come out, he would have shown it how smooth it was, how sleek it was, like it was designed, it was meant to be, like it was perfect, and he would have said, it's iPhone. You know, it would have been simple, it would have worked. That's what I miss. That Steve Jobs, the guy that I hated with a passion because he came out and he would always do Apple well. He would always make Apple look so good. Not this boring Steve Cook guy who looks like he's half asleep half the time, and he goes to the F1 and waves the flag and he looks like he couldn't be fucking bothered to be there. He doesn't even want to be there. Not that guy. That guy's boring. I want to see Steve Jobs. I know that he had all the people behind the scenes doing the job, and they're the ones coming up with the UI, and they're the ones coming up with the ideas, but he knew how to market it, and he had a vision that he knew how to lead. He knew how to tell his people, look, this is the vision I have, do it. And he was an arsehole, but he was a genius with his marketing, and he was a genius of how to make it. How he turned something as boring as... Remember how boring phones were when we were young? When it was like the early 2000s, phones were boring. They were something you use just to phone people. They were boring. Tech was boring. Being a tech person was nerdy. It was geeky. Everyone laughed at the person who liked computers. And he came out on stage and he made people, the jocks, very classic stereotypes, but he made the jocks, he made the people who didn't care about tech, the people who thought tech was boring, pointless, nerdy, whatever. He came out on stage and he converted those people into diehard fans. That I always will say I hated Steve Jobs, but my God, he was a genius. He really was, and I miss that Steve Jobs. I miss seeing that Apple because bloody hell, it was exciting. Every time you'd see a new event, you were excited for it. Now with Apple, you see Apple events like, oh, it's gonna be the same shit as last year. Ugh. But back then it was like, well, all right, fair. I mean, some of it was just over marketed, like really built, like when he introduced the ability to have backgrounds on the iPhone, it was like, oh wow, something that Android already had. Even basic Android at that point, very young Android had it. Yeah, no worries, Rebecca. Have a good one. Enjoy your night. Try to feel better tomorrow. But yeah, I just think to myself, it wasn't, when they made the iPhone bigger as well, when they made it 4 inches instead of 3.5 inches, that's something Android manufacturers have been doing for years at that point. But my God, it just felt so good, and it wasn't. I don't know. It just was good. It was just the way they did it was so good at that time. It had an energy behind them that they just haven't had since. And when I watch Apple stuff now, it just doesn't feel. It feels like, oh, here you go. It's the same fucking phone for the 20th year in a row. Maybe it's a bit exaggerated, but it's the same bloody thing year on year. And to be fair, all manufacturers are like that now, and that's why I'm hoping they do something in the foldable market. I want to see, and I'm hoping they can bring back that energy, because I would love to see what Apple could do in a folding phone. I don't think it'd be too outrageous. It'd be very safe. This is Apple we're talking about. This isn't a company that would make a folding phone that bends and extends like some of these concept phones that LG were making, for example, where you had screens that could stretch. And I don't think they'll do anything like that. It would be very simple. It'd be very straightforward. It'd be very safe. But I just know that they would do it in a way that it could be done really well if they did it. But we'll see. I don't know. I feel like they're a bit too safe nowadays. I think if it was under Steve, we'd probably see a folding phone a little bit earlier. Under Tim Apple, as I call him, I think we might see it. I still think we'll see it, but I just think it'll be a little bit later. But I'm excited to see what Apple does with it, because I do hope that they can do something interesting. Same thing with the watches. The watches are getting a bit boring. I want to see Apple innovate on the watch side, because it's the same shape. They've done the same square shape now for 8 generations or whatever it is. I want to see them innovate a little bit on the watch side. But I guess they don't need to, because they haven't got any competition in that yet, really. So they don't really need to innovate. They can just keep doing the same thing over and over again. It's very difficult for... I feel that's the problem with companies that get to the point where they're so big and they have such a market share, they don't have to try to innovate anymore. But they need to continue making money, and they need to make more money every year, year on year. They need to make more money, so they need to do something. I don't know. But I hope it isn't like the iPad. That's the thing I kind of want to say. I hope whatever they do, I hope it's not like the iPad. I don't want to see another iPad fiasco where it's the most boring, pointless update that has no purpose. And it just, yeah, that was a fiasco. When I saw that iPad, I was so disappointed because traditionally with Apple, they might be boring. The iPhone 14, for example, a bit boring. The standard one, anyway. The Pro was a little bit more interesting, but the standard one was very boring. But the iPad actively felt like it was bad. It doesn't. There's no point buying that iPad over the Air, for example. So yeah, they need to. I hope we don't see that. I hope whenever they do a folding phone or a flip phone or whatever they decide to do, I hope it's a proper. I hope they give it a proper go. I hope it's done well, and I hope and I know that's why they won't reveal it until it's ready, because I know that with that market side of things, the iPad, they can play around a little bit, be stupid with it. People, it's not a big thing. 50% of their market share is phones, of their revenue is phones. They need to get the phones done properly. They can't fuck around like they can with the iPads. If they fuck up the iPads for a year, it's not a big deal. Whatever, they'll make another one next year and it'll be fine. They can't fuck up phones. They have to make sure whatever phone they drop, it has to be good. It can't be bad. So I think they won't drop a folding phone until they're ready. And besides, they've got plenty of years to sell shit that that people don't like. The big thing about the iPhone 15 will be the USB-C. They'll put USB-C on it. They'll sell a bunch of adapters. That'll be how they'll make their money next year. Is they'll sell a bunch of adapters for people that have Lightning stuff. And then the year after that, they'll probably come up with some other. They'll probably put the dynamic island on the standard iPhone, and that'll be the big thing of that year. And then I think the iPhone 17 or 18, that'll be when they drop a folding phone. Yeah, I think that's when they'll do it. I think it'll be the 18. I think iPhone 18 will be when they drop a folding phone. Yeah, I think that makes sense. They got plenty of years to sell gimmicks up to then. The dynamic island coming to the standard iPhone, and then the USB-C. That's the two gimmicks they've got. But I do hope that and on the iPad side, please, Apple, please fix what you did with the iPad, and please stop whatever idea you had to put the Apple Pencil 1 on it. Just don't. Just let it be work. Just let it work with the Apple Pencil 2, please. Just why are you selling the Apple Pencil 1 still? It just makes no sense. I guess it's like with their iPhone SE though. The fact that they're just reusing their old iPhone 8 manufacturing to make the iPhone SE, so I guess it makes sense. But still, Apple, look, you're one of the richest companies in the world. You don't need to really screw your customers that much, all right? You're filthy rich, Apple. You're filthy rich, and Tim Cook is also filthy rich. You don't need to screw your customers that bad. Oh well, I guess we'll see. I'm excited anyway. I'm always excited for new stuff, and I do want to see the folding market explode. And I won't be getting a folding phone, not for a very long time. They're way too expensive. But I'm excited to see what folding phones do, because I did like using the Samsung Fold when I had a chance to use it. It was fantastic. Long term, I don't know how long it would last for, but for the 10 or 20 minutes I got to use it, I loved it. I think it's a great thing. So I'm hoping Apple can bring some competition there. Yeah. Please, Apple, please don't be silly. Anyway, I think that'll be it for tonight. We'll do. I don't know when we'll do the next finale. I don't know what day, because I think Rebecca will probably be busy. I think she has some lates coming up, so we probably won't be able to do it soon. But we'll try to get it done in the next few weeks. And we'll see what happens. But yeah, I think that I'll leave it on this. I think which will happen first? Will Rockstar release GTA 6, or will Apple release a folding phone? Which will happen first? Because both could be a long way away. Both could be many years away. So I will Maybe I need to make a bet on it. Maybe I should make a bet, and we'll see what happens. Which one will happen first? Anyway, take care. God bless. Bye. Enjoy your nights. Enjoy your weekend. It's still the weekend, so enjoy your Sundays, and enjoy what's left of your Saturdays. Bye.